squad, yeah, we were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. You got me like, oh yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. Hey, it's too late to try to go contain it. A generation fueled by creation. We live lives on a small screen nation. We control the airwaves, no negotiation. I refuse to think we need saving. Something good will come from creation. And when we think that the world is too anxious, we'll adapt, evolve, survive, and save it. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Oh, yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. You got me like, oh yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. Hey, oh yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. You got me like, oh yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong.
Thank you. So, why Springfield?
I get asked that a lot, and I choose to live here because Springfield is a place that I can enjoy the life I want.
I love the outdoors.
You can be on the lake in just a short drive.
It only takes me 10 minutes to get to work.
Or off to anywhere in the world.
I know my kids will be safe and well educated.
There are really good job opportunities after graduation.
I'm able to work remotely and create on a high level.
The healthcare options in this area are incredible.
The options for housing and cost of living are so affordable.
We have room to create.
I love to experience the excitement of sports.
Can't beat the food.
Or the drinks.
Why Springfield? Because all the pieces you need to create your own story are here. The only thing missing is you.
many great veterans organizations that help our wounded warriors. It's invisible wounds that go unrecognized, leading to addiction, brokenness, and often suicide. The Warriors Journey is a nationally recognized veterans nonprofit headquartered here in Springfield, Missouri. Our programs have helped over 15,000 warriors face those invisible challenges, saving thousands of lives and restoring countless families. No paperwork, no red tape. Learn more at twj.org or text us at 213-TWJ-HELP. Bye, honey. We love you.
How do you become the person you're really meant to be? How do you reach beyond what you thought was possible? The answer isn't about the destination. It's in the journey. It starts when you become part of something bigger, when you join a community that works together to lift each other up, a place where you form lifelong relationships and encounter life-changing experiences. It all starts when you go beyond. At Drury University, we take a personalized approach in combining hands-on learning, meaningful mentorship, and real-world results to make sure you have every opportunity to succeed in both your life and career. Maybe it's fusing your passion for research with your devotion to caring for others, or turning your love of learning into a lifetime of teaching. Maybe it's realizing a busy life doesn't mean you have to give up on your lifelong dreams, or using music to do something more than just entertain, or combining your entrepreneurial spirit with your affection for the arts. The path you take is up to you, but you won't be alone. Along the way, you'll receive mentorship from faculty who take the time to understand you, whether it's staying after class to look over an assignment or just hanging out during office hours. Your journey starts here, but the Drury experience goes beyond the boundaries of the classroom and around the world. So get outside your comfort zone, join a club, play a sport, get loud, take center stage. Ask to have class outside just because you can. Fuse your brightest ideas with your best memories. And if you get knocked down, get back up. We'll be here for you. This is your journey. This is where you belong. Look around. This is where you become who you're meant to be.
Today will not be easy. But you did not choose the easy path. Easy is not who we are. We are Drury!
You will be tested every minute that you are out there. And you will be better for it. We are
Drury! There's no time for fear in this room. When I look in your eyes, I see focus. I see intensity. I see an unrelenting desire to be unstoppable.
You have been waiting for this moment, and your moment is here. Who are we? We are Drury!
Who are we? We are Drury! Who are we? We are!
And live from Brightspeed Ice Park, Stan Melton Ice Arena. It's history in the making. Folks have waited a long time for this. 2 years is what it is, as the Drury Panthers, Division I, take on Missouri State, Division I. Hello, everybody. Steve Casson with you, along with Steve Granato, as we are live from the Big Slice broadcast booth here. And Steve, do we have a rivalry here once again tonight? Now, it's been 2 years because the teams did not play each other last season, but I talked to Stan Melton, the godfather of Missouri State hockey, and said technically it's 25 years because these two teams have had to wait this long since we've had ice here and a hockey team in Missouri State. But you've been a part of a lot of rivalry games. How important is this one in the hockey world?
Oh, I mean, this is especially for this area, so important, but not only because of the area, because of what it means for the growth of the sport here in Southwest Missouri, but let alone you're playing in the same barn. Like, this is your barn. I don't care which side of the ice you're on here tonight. It's your ice, so you got to defend it. Yes, of course, Drury is the home team here for the next couple of nights, but Missouri State is feeling like, hey, this is our place. We got to protect our own barn. So there's a lot at stake, obviously, for both of these clubs. Drury has been fantastic this season. They're coming off their first loss of the year, 16-game winning streak to open the season. So you know they're out for blood, and both teams want to get that quick jump tonight. Yeah,
they had that streak last year, did Drury, but at the same time, how difficult is going to be for both of us because we have to do this neutral. I mean, at least I broadcast for both teams. You, of course, helped me out with Missouri State. It's a Drury broadcast here tonight, but regardless of that, we'll do our best to give the sights and sounds in a non-biased professional opinion. I'll tell you one thing we have to do right now is take a look at the WSR pregame report, and let's break down these two teams here, Missouri State and, of course, Drury. Drury is the home team, as we talked about. Drury number 5 in the 8th Division I ranking. And as you said, Steve, they were handed their first loss 6-2 to Ohio at the Chicago Classic on November 23rd. Now, here's an interesting fact. In 2 seasons, including nationals at Division I, Drury 44-4. Unbelievable record in Division I. Their previous loss was at Nationals to Minot State 4-0 in a game that could have sent them to one of the final games, March 17th of 2025. Now, they went 2-1 at the Chicago Classic, November 21st through the 23rd. In Game 1, 7 different scores and a 7-2 win. Jamison St. Clair, Luke Aston, Grady Sterling Ponick, Matthew Johnston, Nolan Bosher, Francis Young-Menard, Anmol Garcha, all with tallies in that game. In Game 2, a 6-3 victory. Daniel Beaupre with a goal, and I'll have to talk to the guy who types that up, me. It's a goal and an assist, not 2 goals back-to-back. And then, of course, Bosher with 2 goals. KT Walters, Tyson Horiachka, Francis Young-Menard had also a pair of goals, too. Joseph Kuchaslo stopped 25 of 28 in that contest, and we just talked about the 4-0 loss they had in that 3rd game. Now, they have outscored teams 55-18 in the past 10 games. They've shut out teams 3 times this season, including Illinois State, Midland, and Central Oklahoma. And if you look at the goaltending, Brett Sweet, he's 3rd in the league right now at a 1.20 goals against average, and Joseph Kuchaslo 17th at 1.91 goals against average. This Drury Panthers team 16-1 means business. Let's take a look at the leaders for the Panthers. KT Walters, he is the leader, 3 goals, 1 assist versus Davenport on September 27th. A 10-game point streak, 7 goals and 13 assists. Career-wise, 28 goals, 32 assists in 48 games for him. Second for the Panthers. That is Anmol Garcha, a 6-game point streak with 5 goals and 10 assists during that streak. 1 goal and 1 assist versus Midland on November 1st. And he, career-wise, 22 goals, 40 assists in 45 games, averaging 1.53 points per game. Third for the Panthers. That is Daniel Beaupre. Didn't have any points against well, that's not Ohio, but on November 23rd, he didn't have any points. He was held pointless for just the third game. Points in 5 of 6 games, 7 goals, 4 assists, and career-wise, 22 goals, 40 assists, 47 games for him. Fourth for the Panthers. That is Luke Aston. Didn't have any points also against Ohio on November 23rd. Points in 4 of 5 games, 2 goals, 2 assists, and career-wise, 23 goals, 36 assists in 48 games, averaging 1.18 points per game coming into tonight's game. Fifth for the Panthers. That is Matthew Johnston. No points in the last couple of games, 3 goals and 6 assists in 6 games. Career-wise, 18 goals, 23 assists in 47 games. Let's look at the goaltending. They have 3 goaltenders. Joshua Robbins yet to see some action. Brett Sweet in 5 games. He's 5-0. And tonight, though, it will be Joseph Kuchaslo. In 12 games, he's 11-1 with a 1.91 goals against average and a .929 save percentage with 2 shutouts. We'll look at the visitors, and that, of course, Missouri State. We'll go back one if we can, Scott. There we go. They are ranked 21st in the 8th division ranking at 9-3-4. They split with Midland on November 21st and 22nd. I still got to talk to that guy who types this up, Steve. In game 1, a 7-1 loss. Joey Bacardi got a goal. The assists also to Duke Bacardi and Hunter Bolger. And then in game 2, a 5-1 victory. Kobe Weber and Hunter Bolger with a couple of goals. Joey Bacardi also with a tally. 7 games have gone into overtime or a shootout, Steve, for Missouri State. Now, the Ice Bears are 3-2 in overtime and 0-2 in a shootout. You look at the overtime wins against Arizona State, Oklahoma, and Colorado, but then the overtime losses also the next night to Arizona State and Colorado State, and then shootout losses to McKendree and Colorado State. So what if this game goes into overtime?
Yeah, I think, unfortunately for Missouri State, you're kind of seeing the trends there. We've seen it here at home, and we've seen the struggles in the extra session here this season. So, obviously, you want to take it to them in 3 periods if you can.
I mentioned the record that they have right now of 6-1-2 with 2 overtime losses and a shootout loss in the past 10 games. They've outscored teams 36-32 in those games. They have played 2 sets of 3 consecutive overtime games. So tough for Missouri State to try to come on top. It seems like they're the St. Louis Blues or something right now. Let's take a look at the top 5 for Missouri State. And for the Ice Bears, Duke Bacardi, he is their leader. Duke right now with a 12-game point streak, 4 goals and 17 assists during that streak. He also has a 4-game assist streak. Hunter Bolger, he is second. And for Bolger, he has a 4-game point scoring streak. Justin Rapp is third. And Justin hasn't had any points in the last couple of games, so he's looking for some. And Kobe Weber is fourth. Had 2 goals against Midland November 22nd. Fifth, Joey Bacardi, and Bacardi has a 3-game goal-scoring streak with a goal against Midland on November 21st and 22nd. And Hunter Bolger leads the team with 6 power play goals this season. We'll take a look at the goaltenders for Missouri State. 4 of them in the lineup. Of course, Cole Finema, Anthony Sikora, and Arthur Jalavian. But tonight, starting Brady Govero, he is 4-0-1. with a 2.24 goals against average and a .933 save percentage. The matchup between these two teams. Everything goes to the Panthers, including the record, their goals for, the goals against, the differential, on the power play 25.6%, and on the penalty kill 87.5% for the Panthers. Well, the fans, Steve, are hoping that stats don't mean anything here tonight.
Yeah, because when you're looking at it, it's very obviously one-sided for the Drury Panthers. I mean, you touched on it earlier in the pregame show, Steve, but I mean, it has been a heck of a ride so far for the Panthers. And for Missouri State, this is going to be one of their toughest tests of 2025, that's for certain. And when you're really looking at these two teams, their stark difference, I think when you're looking at the Drury Panthers, what really strikes me most is how evenly played out everything is, how pretty much everybody can contribute, right, especially on the goal-scoring front. But when you're looking at Missouri State, they're very top-heavy at the big three in Justin Rapp, Hunter Bolger, and Kobe Weber, the three big fellas up top in their first and second lines. Mostly in the first line, but really the Panthers, they can come at you out pretty much all game long, and pretty much any line can score at any point. So obviously letting off the gas pedal at any point from Missouri State is out of the question tonight.
That wraps up things for the WSR pregame report. Let's join the public address announcer Kevin Klein for the on-ice festivities here.
Ice Park. Tonight, we make history. Tonight, we celebrate school pride. And tonight, we crown Springfield hockey supremacy. This regular season ACHA Division I hockey matchup features the visitors from Missouri State University and your Drury University Panthers! Your official scorekeeper and clock operator is Ryan Robb. Tonight's officials, referees Mark Marzola and Dan O'Very. Linesmen David Hill and Matt Wells. Penalty box officials Danny McIntyre and Paul Higdon. The broadcast team for Web Sports Radio is Steve Casson and Scott Lutsky. And our music director is the royalty of rock, Jaden Robb. Now, for tonight's starting lineups. First, for Missouri State. At left wing, number 21, Justin Rapp. At right wing, number 91, Hunter Bolger. At center, number 34, Duke Bacardi. At left defense, number 12, Joey Bacardi. At right defense, number 5, Derek Cagle. And in goal, number 33, Brady Govuro. Missouri State head coach is Tom Winkler. Assistant coach Ryan Armstrong, and the trainer is Brian Wilson.
Who is that? Who's in there?
Hello, Missouri State. This might be your backyard, but this is our house. And you just stepped inside. You shouldn't have.
Turns and shoots, he scores! Turns and shoots, he scores! Turns and shoots, he scores! He scores! He scores! He scores!
Now that you're here, we want to play a game.
And now, Panthers fans, get loud as we meet the starting six for your 5th ranked Drury University Panthers! At left wing, a sophomore from St. Albert, Alberta, Canada, number 18, Luke Aston! At right wing, a sophomore from Farmington Hills, Michigan, number 71, Jackson Trushan! At center, a junior from Vernon, British Columbia, Canada, number 19, the captain, K.T. Walters. At left defense, a freshman from Kelowna, British Columbia, Canada, number 19, number 9, Russell Kozak. At right defense, a senior from St. Paul de Abbotsford, Quebec, Canada, number 13, Francis Young-Menard. And in goal, a sophomore from Mission, British Columbia, Canada, number 30, Joe Kubalik. Chaslow. The Panthers are led by head coach Jeremy Law, assistant coach Cliff Cook. The Panthers strength coach is Corey Roy. And the Panthers are joined this evening by 7-year-old Aiden Hansen, a first grade student at New Covenant Academy and a participant in the Little Panthers program. Ladies and gentlemen, we ask you to continue standing if you're able. And gentlemen, remove your caps as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem. At this time, we ask both team captains to make their way to center ice for tonight's ceremonial puck drop. Simply put, without this man, his passion for hockey, and his love for Springfield, none of us would be here this evening. Long considered the godfather of Springfield hockey, we play tonight in the arena that bears his name. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome 2024 Springfield Area Sports Hall of Fame inductee, Mr. Hockey, Stan Melton. Mr. Melton, on behalf of these two universities and these teams and every fan in attendance tonight, thank you for bringing hockey to the Queen City and for being a passionate ambassador for the sport and both of these schools. Ladies and gentlemen, the godfather of Springfield hockey, Mr. Stan Melton.
I didn't know that Kevin was going to be so enthusiastic. I was going to mention, yes, the man who has traveled on many a road trip with me over the years, hoping that my voice held out so he could not have to say, I've got the puck, he's got the puck.
Just a little jab there from Drury, huh? A little jab at the start, calling out Missouri State before this game gets started. And standing room only here at the rink. I think it's going to be a good one tonight, Steve.
We took a look at the starting lineups for these two teams as we get ready for the opening face-off here. This time, Drury skates from the left to the right, Missouri State from the right to the left. We are underway quickly as Duke Bacardi puts a hit in the attacking zone. It'll be turned the other way and sent back down into the Missouri State end. Taken by the Ice Bears Bacardi. It will be up to center. Now Duke will pound it through. He will look to get around Francis Young-Menard. Already here a couple of hits. First shot is applied and turned away by Kuchaslo on the drive by Derek Cagle. Puck behind the net. We get a whistle and a stoppage in play, and I'm assuming it's for the net being dislodged. Now,
Steve, sorry there, but it's going to be the top lines here to try and set the tone, right? These first couple of minutes are going to be so important to try and set the tone. You've talked about it, Drury not getting out to quick starts here in 2025. Missouri State, little coin flip on that cause as well, but It's going to be a fight to see who's going to hit the hardest in the first couple of shifts, who's going to battle for those pucks to try and set the tempo here.
And I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but both teams haven't played for a couple of weeks with the Thanksgiving break. Puck is sent down. Big elbow. Francis Young-Menard puts that on Anthony Lasanti. Puck taken away. And here come the Ice Bears. They bring it across. Flipped in by Sam Frederick. We get a whistle on a stoppage in play. So it goes right in the mitt of Joseph Kuchaslo. Now, one thing I did find out, Steve, and I don't know if you were on the broadcast for it, but the reason we do not have the posts, the rubber post in, and we have the pegs, is because there was a little bit of an issue with one of the nets being about an inch off, and because of that, they couldn't put them in this year. Otherwise, they would be here. So they have not abandoned them.
That's good to know.
Puck is sent in. We get an offside here, and getting hit for his efforts is Matthew Johnston.
You might see a couple of those, right? Right as the whistle blows, right after the whistle blows, just a little, how do you do? I'm right next to you. I know you're here. You know I'm here, that kind of thing.
Oh, come on. These teams, they're not cheap. They're not cheap at all, right?
Well, you get a whole year's worth of bragging rights. You're able to come out on top here over the weekend.
Yeah, first time these teams have met. They did not play last season when Drury was a Division I team. Drury's gone up from Division III to Division II to Division I, all in succession. Puck taken away and sent all the way down for a very slow icing here.
I mentioned again that it's going to be the top couple of lines here to try and set the tempo. I think it's also important to keep your eye on our officiating crew here tonight. What can they get away with? Not only are we trying to learn that, but everybody on the ice here tonight is, okay, how far are you going to let me go?
Yeah, one of the things that I just found out was Mark Marzola is a referee. And I thought it was going to be James Holmes. But they have changed that up. So the local product, along with Dan O'Very, are the referees. And the linesmen here tonight are James Holmes and David Hill. 18:10 to go in period number 1. History in the making here, this game 1 between Drury and Missouri State. Puck is flipped down into the Missouri State zone. One timed out by Joey Bacardi. Line change for Missouri State. Here come Drury across the line. Poke checked away by Bacardi from Jamison, and it's cleared out to center. All of a sudden, and Steve, again, I don't know if it's this rivalry or what, but Missouri State looking really sharp here defensively. 17:38 to go in the period. Puck is flipped back out off the stick of Ethan O'Rourke to the half boards, where it is driven back down in for Nick Summers. Line of Summers, Gavin Henderson, and Jack Dapron for Missouri State. Ice Bears with Henderson. He tries to spin around the check of Bosher, Nolan Bosher, this season. 3 goals, 3 assists for the freshman from Langley, British Columbia. Puck is flipped out to center, and the Ice Bears will intercept Derek Cagle.
That was a good idea there from Nick Summers. Backhand feed towards the middle of the ice as he'll lead the charge into the zone.
Summers, 2 goals, 2 assists, drive off, and he missed it wide right. Puck held in by Jack Dapron. They'll work it around. The Ice Bears are in the midst of a change, but they do get to the puck on the near side boards. 16:45 to go in the period, and no score. On the ice now for Missouri State is Hunter Bolger. It'll be him, Duke Bacardi, and Justin Rapp. Puck in front of the Drury bench and flipped back down into the Missouri State zone. Govero. Shover it ahead to Lasanti. He goes back over to Frederick, and they get it out to center and all the way down in the Drury end of the ice. Panthers start out of their own zone. Work it up just to the referee's crease, and now they bring it across the line as it's headed by Luke Aston. Picks up his own pass technically, and he'll work through it, but it's chipped by Anthony Lasanti out and all the way down, where here comes Rapp. He'll pick it up. Rapp looking for some help as he's checked into the boards. Play continues. Now Bolger in with there, along with Kaden Sodian for Drury. Taken away by the Panthers. No, but the Ice Bears keep it in on the line for just a split second. Now we come the other way. Jackson Truchon will send it down in, and the Panthers will get a line change. Over to the far side, go to Brett Anderson. Anderson last year was kind of their stand in front of the net goal scorer, but this year just 1 assist. Here is a blast from the right side. Tommy Levine with a drive in and saved by Kuchaslo.
That was an interesting decision that time from Joey Bacardi. Instead of taking the body, he had Daniel Beaupre blind to that play. He completely had him blindsided. Could have absolutely crushed him. Instead, he elected to play the puck. And because he does that, he immediately takes possession and gets an opportunity right off of the bat. So nice job there by Joey Bacardi, not taking the bait and trying to kill somebody. Instead, give me the puck and give me a good look.
First official shot on goal, and we had to go over 4 minutes on that between these two teams. Now Panthers with it. They'll bring it across the line, working to Anmol Garcha. He avoids a check, actually. Garcha shoots in. It's blocked in front. Levine stepped in front of everybody. Now the shot comes in, and we get a whistle, stoppage in play because of a broken stick. Now, was it played with that broken stick? I'm not entirely sure why we have the stoppage. Although they're going to bring it outside, so did they say it went across the line?
Seems like everybody on the ice is still getting the explanation as well, and whether they can change or not, looks like Drury can finish those changes.
Face off outside the zone. The Ice Bears do win the draw. Goes over to Levine. Oh, big hit as Anderson puts a hit on Johnston of Drury, and the Ice Bears meanwhile bring it across the line. They'll have it in with Henry Vest to spin it around. Through the left circle, taken away by the Panthers. Drury with possession. Now to Lucas Sadownik. 1 goal, 8 assists for him this season. Ice Bears intercept. Shoveled in by Vest, and Missouri State with a small change. 14:25 to go in a scoreless first period between two teams that share Brightspeed Ice Park as their home. Missouri State for many more seasons than Drury, but first time these two teams play in their history. Bacardi will shovel it out to center. Here comes Jack Wirtz across the line. Now feeds it in front with a drive missing wide by Landon Booth. The line of Jack Wirtz, Landon Booth, and Cameron Reel tonight.
I really like that little handoff from Wirtz to get it to Booth. He had a great look at the opposite post. Tried to go far side, looking to get Kuchaslo out of his crease, which he was able to do. Saw a little window over the left pad, but just didn't put it exactly where he wanted. Hit off of the kick and kick to the corner. So nice little shot, nice little handoff from Jack Wirtz to find Landon Booth.
13:50 to go in the period. And just 2 shots officially on goal, and they're credited to Missouri State. Off the draw, again, an opportunity comes in. Walters will have it on the near side boards. Francis Young-Menard drive, and Truchon tipped it wide. Another shot that comes in from the left side by Beaupre, and that steered aside. Ice Bears do manage to get it out. It's going right through everybody. It was Wirtz, and he gets it across the line to Reel. Reel with the centering pass out in front, and great try by Wirtz there, but we come the other way as Drury intercepts. First penalty coming up, and it goes against Frederick. It's a holding call.
Well, right before that holding call, Steve, what a shift from Jack Wirtz, huh? 2 big plays, and now Missouri State getting rewarded here because of that hold you mentioned, and their first power play chance of the night.
Frederick will go.
And we made a mistake on the board, the scoreboard here. Can't see, it's blocked by one of the lights, but they have 2 minutes of the game clock.
Oh, that's not good.
Oops. Hit the wrong button. We should have over 13 minutes to go. There you go. So they got 13 minutes back up on the board, and they'll get it ironed out. I was like, man, that was a quick first period.
So fresh 2 minutes on the board, and we go with the power play here. 8 for 38. I take that back. 22 for 86. 25.6% on the power play for the Panthers. Or excuse me, for... So this is a Drury penalty, apparently. I thought it was against Frederick, but it is a Drury penalty. And Missouri State is on the power play, although coming in shorthanded and trying to work his way through his Gale. Now down in low. I thought that was strange.
That was Luke Aston that got called for the hold. But yeah, I agree. It looked like it was Sam Frederick initially. They were both a little tied up in that neutral zone 1v1.
Could have gone either way, but meanwhile, the Ice Bears will have the power play for now. 1:05 remaining in it. Here they come. Across the line to Rapp. Centering pass off the stick of Weber. He tried to bring it through, and the drive gets deflected up and out of play.
Clearly right now, Steve, the handoff crisscross has been the game plan for Missouri State. That's 3 separate times they've done the little drop-off, switch sides, get a little blind on the goaltender, and take a rip at it. This time it's Justin Rapp. He got the top of the crossbar, and he looks to the heavens. A great chance there for Missouri State.
Ice Bears have it again. Up top, a drive by Bacardi. That's Joey Bacardi, and it goes wide. Now they rim it around. Far side boards again, trying to center it to Bacardi. He has it. He shoots, and he missed wide left, or right, actually, left of the goaltender. Right as he shoots, and the puck in on Govero, who will steer it aside.
You can see some holes on Joseph Chaslow tonight. He's left some sides of the net open. MSU just hasn't hit those spots.
Puck all the way down, taken by Francis Young-Menard. Cannot clear, stays in the zone. Ice Bears have it. They look for a centering pass. They get it to Bacardi. He'll send it down. 7 seconds remaining in the power play. Still a 0-0 game. We have 2 seconds remaining. We're back to 5-on-5.
Just one shot on goal, but of course they had the one post as well.
Over to the far side now. Here come the Panthers. They bring it across the line. 2-on-2 in through the zone. And Beaupre had it go off his stick. He had a potential for a good shot on the right side. Now Johnston will get it to Francis Young-Menard. Young-Menard with it. Shot in, and it gets deflected in front. Beaupre is there. Beaupre can't pick it up. Held down in low. The Ice Bears try to get to it as Colby Weber. Can't deflect it away. Taken on the left side. Brewers' drive is carried out by Missouri State's Henderson. Ice Bears on a line change. Now they get it up to Tommy Levine. Across the line. Will drop back to Dapron. Dapron look for the centering pass. Makes its way to Gavin Henderson. 2 goals, 2 assists for Gavin this season. And we get a whistle for a stoppage in play here as Kachaslo will hold things.
And at the start of that play, once they gained entry into the zone, Steve, stop me if you've heard this already in the first 10 minutes, another drop-off pass, this time to Jack Dapron, onto the left slot wide near the face-off dot.
Just what we thought this game would be, Steve. It's 0-0 as we get a drive coming in from Wood. Rebound, and Kachaslo will hold on. Shots now 5-3. But as you mentioned, the big key for Missouri State is the way that they are passing well right now.
Yeah, they're moving through the offensive zone very well right now.
10-11 to go in the period. Still no score. Ice Bears win the draw. Here's Wood. He'll rim it around to the far side. Well, it didn't make it there. Had to have some help. But now to grab the puck is Tommy Levine. Stays, though, in the Drury end of the ice. Missouri State will line change. First time, I want to say ever, that Missouri State has been on the visitors' bench.
Yeah, here. Definitely first time wearing these sweaters.
Absolutely.
Here in this barn.
Yeah, you could interpret that as, come on, Steve, they play on the road. I mean me, Steve, not you.
Either, Steve.
Either. Yeah, that could be. Big hit by the Panthers on Summers. That was Devin Jameson. Fans react to that. Puck taken away, cleared just to center, and Dapron will send it right back in. Change for both teams. Now racing in for Missouri State, as they could not keep it in, was Bolger, and he'll steal the puck this time, though. Bolger across to Rapp. Delayed offside. He'll let it go, but here come the Panthers. They bring it across the line. 2-on-2 drive that misses wide by Luke Aston. Line of Aston, KT Walters, and Jackson Truchon. Drive comes up high. It misses right out in front. Good deflection by Cagle. as he was able to kick it away from Govero. Puck is deflected up right in front of the Ice Bears bench, slapped by Joey Bacardi, and down across the wrap. Offside will be the call. 8:35 to go in the period. Still no score. Is this everything you thought it would be?
A little bit more. I think Missouri State is kind of shocked a little bit. They're skating very well right now. They've had an aggressive but not an overly aggressive forecheck. And it seems to be Drury's, I wouldn't say back on their heels by any stretch of the imagination, but certainly still trying to find their footing here tonight.
A little bit of history, too, as the head coach for Drury, Jeremy Law, coached 6 seasons for Missouri State from 2017 to 2023. 109, 84, and 18 with Missouri State was Jeremy Law. So he has a history. He actually has a history of coaching almost every team that has ever played in this building.
How about that? And you've called every one of those games, right?
Well, yeah, the Express. Here's the drive, comes in. Kachaslo with the save, and the rebound, where did it go? It went behind the net, as the Ice Bears had a great opportunity in front from Mason Kaspick. Now Drury comes back in. They get a drive off. It's loose out in front, and the net gets dislodged as O'Rourke was right there to try to put it home. So was his partner, and Jared Gale. 8:10 to go in the period.
You got to watch out for Jared Gale. He's riding a bit of a burner right now. Back-to-back games with a point. He's working with O'Rourke there, but right before that on the other side of the ice, great chance for Mason Kaspick. And up and down we go with some open ice here at the tail end, or rather the latter half of this first period.
Off the draw, you mentioned a 2-game point streak. He's had a goal and an assist in the last 2 games. 8 minutes now remaining. And we get a face-off with now 7:59 to go. Sorry, Steve.
My bad. I think the only thing here tonight that is a bit more surprising to me is how much open ice there has been so far in this first period.
That, and you could argue easy entries right now.
Yes. Yeah, there is very, very little stress at the blue line for both sides of the ice.
Beaupre in to take the draw from Henry Vest. Johnston now right out in front. Shot by Garcha gets blocked. Sterling Ponick with a drive, and Govero steers it aside. Sterling Ponick again gives it up, but keeping it in, though, is Matthew Johnston. Now to Garcha. He avoids the check. Garcha tries to hook it in front, and a save by Govero. Now we have the helmet of Garcha being pulled off by Sam Frederick. And do we get any penalties here?
Frederick was all over him immediately. Got him in the headlock and just ripped the bucket off. Let's see, this is what I was talking about at the start of this period, Steve, saying these guys are going to be going, okay, keep poking the bear here. Keep poking the bear. How far can I go before you blow that whistle? And right there was telling for Sam Frederick. Okay, so I can get him in a headlock for 5 seconds? Sounds good. I'll do that next time too.
Ice Bears win the draw. Wirtz does, but the puck is taken, and it does make its way out to center ice. Chipped by Booth, but sent right back in. Aston had it for a moment, deflected away by Frederick of Missouri State, and sent right back in. Out in front, and Frederick tried to dive to make sure Aston couldn't get a good shot. Well, it apparently worked because Missouri State has possession. Taken away by the Panthers, right out in front. Bad save as Truchon spun and shot. Now Truchon again gets it to Aston. Off of him, Walters with it, but instead it's Missouri State to take it. Sam Frederick, and he'll bring it out to center, send it all the way down, and no icing. Racing for it was Levi Brewer to make sure of that. 6:48 to go in the period. Still no score. And the shots now favoring Drury 8-6.
Yeah, that's a great couple of shifts there for the first and second lines for the Panthers.
Line change for the Panthers. Ice Bears do get a quick change, does Missouri State. And now it's Drury with possession. Lead pass gets tipped all the way down, no icing, so it will be Joey Bacardi with it. Getting hit is Dapron. Jamison doing the honors there. And the Panthers with possession. Drop down in low. Cagle to chase. Coming in is Jamison. Taken away by Missouri State's Henderson. Across the line. Henderson with a peel back. Gets it to Dapron with a drive in, and Kuchaslo holds on, and we have more pushing and shoving.
Just a quick cross check into the elbow. Once again, poking the bear, quite literally in this sense.
Down to 6:01 to go in the period. Our first period intermission guest will be Tegan Newman. Ice Bears send it back in, goes off of the glove of the Panthers' Beaupre, and now sent in for the Ice Bears to return it. Actually, that was Kosek, number 19, number 9, that is, Russell Kosek. You know, he doesn't have any goals, but he has 10 assists this season. Puck is sent in. Another line change for the Panthers. Ice Bears get it across the line, looking for a 2-on-3 into the zone. Doesn't happen. Taken away by St. Clair. Now with 5:20 to go in a scoreless game, it'll be Levine to Bacardi. Ice Bears get it across the line. Here's some room for Rapp. Shot wide. Kept in though. Right side, Levine. Now a centering pass. Wood with a drive. Deflected away. It's out to center ice. Boucher will send it in for Drury. Behind the net. Gale with a check, but it goes to the far side. St. Clair tries to push it through. 5 goals, 4 assists for Jamison this season. Has a 4-game point streak and a 2-game assist streak. Puck is flipped out to center. Here chasing it is Duke Bacardi. Can he catch up? Well, stepping in front of him is Lucas Sadownik. Puck is cleared back out to center. 4:23 to go. Panthers with possession. Across the line, Boucher taken away by Missouri State and Justin Rapp. Across the line, Rapp looking for the backhanded pass. In front, save, rebound, lay, score! Henry Vest will get the putback goal, and Missouri State has taken the lead in this contest. 4:07 left, and it's 1-0.
How does this play start, Steve? Exactly what we've been talking about, the Missouri State offense all night. Justin Rapp drops it off, little handoff, leads to a big rebound off of the right kick pad, and it's laying there nice and pretty. Henry Vest puts away his 6th of the year, and MSU on the board here, just shy of the 16-minute marker in this first period.
False face-off will do it again. But their 9th shot of the game, and it's 1-0 Missouri State.
Missouri State goal scored by number 22, Henry Vest. Assisted by number 91, Hunter Bulger. Time of the goal, 15:53. Vest from Bulger at 15:53.
I'm surprised that Justin Rapp didn't get an assist on that as well.
I agree with you there. So Missouri State now has scored the first goal of the game in 8 of 11 games. Drive comes in and the net gets dislodged, but Jackson Truchon is a little upset. He had a great chance there, but the goaltender Govero knocked it off, and so with 3:37 left, we will have a face-off. Should stay in the zone, though.
Do you think that was just a miss on our officiating crew there for Justin Rapp? Or I can't think of any other reason why he wouldn't get an assist there. He's the one that dropped the pass off and led to the shot and an immediate rebound.
We can advocate at the intermission. They'll believe us.
I'd hope so.
Truchon behind the net, but it'll take Joey Bacardi to try to move the puck through. Flipped up to the half board, or to the line, that is. Sent down in by Sadownik. Now, like 22 for the Ice Bears, picks it up. That is Vest across the line. One-handing it is Weber. He gets... Now, who's the penalty on?
I think this is on Weber. I think he goes with the high stick. He was trying to brush him off, battling in that corner, and I think he just lost control of his stick there.
Yeah, Grady Sterling-Ponick was all on his back, And so I did see the elbow, but I was wondering if they'd maybe get both, but that is not going to be the case.
Yeah, they gave him an elbow. So he kind of threw that jab backwards. I don't think it was anything intentional. I think it was really just starting to lose some balance there. And just caught an errant elbow.
Colby Weber in.
To number 11, Kobe Weber. 2-minute minor for elbowing. Time of the penalty, 16:59.
So here's Garcha with a drive. Govero makes the save there. Back to Garcha, right side. Power play for 138. Johnston off the board. Sterling Ponick over to the left side to Walters, and we get a whistle, stoppage and play here. Now, do we have any other additional penalties here? Hunter Bolger is apparently not happy with KT Walters.
I wonder if Walters started this little back and forth.
2:32 to go in this period. 1:31 remaining in the power play. Face-off is outside the zone. So the Panthers will start it out in their own zone, left to right. Across the line, Johnston gets it. Now back to Anmol Garcha. He'll work it through. Garcha with it, over to Walters. Walters has it again. He shoots in, and it's blocked in front by Levine. Where is it? Well, taken by Walters. Power play for a little bit more than a minute. Now Walters again, left side, up the middle, broken up by Reel, and he is able to clear.
Conservative play there from Cameron Reel. I think he could have had a one-on-one if he had hustled. Elected to get the change.
Buck back into the Missouri State zone. It'll be sent down in by Lucas Ravenstein. I believe that's 6. It is. Ravenstein on the ice with it. Now across ice from Sodownik. He'll drive it to Aston. He'll send it down in low. Work it to Ravenstein again. Lucas, 4 goals, 5 assists for him. Drive comes in, save Govero, rebound, toe save Govero, and trying to lift it up is the only thing that he could do, and Devin Jamieson, but Govero all over that for a couple of saves there. Power play for 6, and right down the middle, Govero makes the save again on Jameson.
Good couple of stops there from Brady Govero. Don't forget, he's coming off of matching a career high 42 saves his last time out in that win over Midland, 5-1. So 42 stops in that game, matched a previous high, and he hasn't been tested too much here tonight just yet, but a couple of quick shifts, especially on this power play. That was the best chance during this power play for the Panthers.
7 seconds left in the power play. Off the draw, the Panthers have it. Drive comes in. Govero makes the save on the left side shot from Sodownik. Now 3 remaining. .104 to go in the period. Draw 1. Puck behind the net, right out in front. Govero doesn't have it come to him. The rebound misses by Sodownik. Less than a minute to go in the period. There have been a couple of shots, but nothing went to the net. All blocked in front or missed. Now we're going to get a potential penalty, I think, as Jameson was down on an ice bear.
Didn't look like they were initially going to call it until the Ice Bears made a stink.
Who's down? It looks like it's Henry Vest who's on the ice. The trainer is coming out.
Jameson's going to the box here.
Vest was hit while he was on the ice.
But once again, it didn't seem like there was going to be a call until the entire Missouri State bench erupted.
They're going to call rough.
Well, this is a welcome sight for the Ice Bears because the Panthers over the last 2 minutes have really been pouring it on.
But Vest is going to the locker room, though.
He probably wasn't going to get a shift here in these last 45 seconds. just take an extra breather. That was 5 shots on goal during that power play chance, by the way. They do obviously come up empty. That was the best we've seen out of Drury in this first period.
Second power play for Missouri State. So if they score here, not only will they take a 2-0 lead going potentially into the first period, but the penalty will not carry over into the second period. If not, and no further penalties, Missouri State will start period number 2 with the man advantage.
Jamison, 2-minute minor for roughing. Time of the penalty, 19:15.
Back in the Missouri State zone, Gale to chase. It will be reversed to Bolger. He lost it though. Now come the Ice Bears, and they have a potential break, but we're going to get an icing call here.
Duke McCarty knew that he just missed that pass. Had he hit Justin Rapp in stride, that would have been very, very dangerous. Just a little too far ahead.
23 seconds remaining and a couple of tenths. Justin Rapp in to take the draw with Jared Gale. Gale does not win it. Missouri State with possession though. Puck is out to center. Panthers do steal and they send it back in. 13 seconds to go. Flipped by Cagle, out with 6 remaining. Bouncing puck taken by the Panthers. They get a drive up high as the buzzer sounds on the shot by Aston.
Drury penalty at 6:43 to number 8.
Well, he's recapping penalties. We need to talk about goals, and only one in that period. At 15:53, Vest with his 6th, Bolger with the assist, 1-0 in favor of Missouri State. The Ice Bears are 0 for 1 on the power play, working on their second right now. Panthers are 0 for 1 also. Shots on goal in the period, and they do favor the Panthers. 13 on Brady Govero, and Missouri State with just 9 on Joseph Kuchaslo. Well, Steve, much like you thought it would be, first period, very good for both teams. Missouri State gets the break and gets the first goal.
Yeah, I think they really created that break, right? It wasn't a mistake by any stretch of the imagination. It was a nice save from Kuchaslo. He just didn't control the rebound the way he wanted to. Kicked it right into the slot, and Missouri State had an on-man rush, so it was a nice and easy finish there for Henry Vest, his 6th of the year. But it was the offense strategy that we obviously saw in full force in that first period. And you got to give credit to Tom Winkler for preaching that. You can tell it was very clearly the game plan heading into tonight. Get the drop-off pass, blind the goaltender, take a shot, and see what happens. And they did that 4 or 5 times in the first period, and it ended up going in that final time. So I can't imagine MSU is going to change anything heading into the second period. They played a good 20 minutes. Drury obviously would like to keep that pressure they had at the tail end of that power play chance they had, and also a couple of shifts around the 13-minute mark from the first and second lines. But there were a couple of positives for the Panthers they'll obviously look to build on in the second period.
We'll take a break. When we come back, Tegan Newman will be our guest in just a moment. 1-0 Missouri State over Drury.
Pearson Kelly Office Products presents
Great Moments in Office Technology.
When Julie gets bored at work, she writes funny captions to pictures of animals she found online. Then she realized she could send all of her pictures in one gigantic message to her coworkers. At that moment, Julie created Junk Email. Now, employees can enjoy their days watching auto-tuned sneezing pandas. There are plenty of ways to waste your company's money. Your copier shouldn't be one of them. Pearson Kelly Office Products. Business made simple.
We're back at Brightspeed Ice Park. Steve Casson now with Tegan Newman of the Drury Panthers out of Okotoks, Alberta, Canada. Now, obviously, I tend to be bringing this up every single time I talk to a player, But it's 98% Canadian on this hockey club. Is that a help or a hindrance?
I don't know. I think it could be either way, helpful or not. But I think we just all kind of knew each other coming in here, so it was really helpful to recruit guys that, when you come in, you already know a bunch of people here, and yeah.
Well, and then you kind of know the systems. You kind of know what head coach Jeremy Law is expecting of you, right?
Yeah.
So that's obviously a good thing. The other good thing is you don't have to worry about those big O's anymore. You got a goal, finally. Yeah. Were you prepared? In other words, did you have a celly ready to go, or it just happened?
It just kind of happened, but I'm also not. I'm not much of a celly guy. I don't know. It's just never kind of been my thing, but yeah.
Now, being from Canada, you kind of got your first taste of, at least down here, winter.
Yeah, it's pretty cold. Like, obviously it's a lot colder in Canada, but I feel like when I was there, I got more used to it, and now it was really warm for a while, so I got used to that, and then just kind of the big switch up was shocking.
I was gonna say, once you get used to it, I mean, you've been here for 6 months, 8 months, and you're used to 70, 80, 90 degree weather, and all of a sudden this comes in. Yeah. What's it like? How different is it being up in Canada and playing up there versus, let's say, playing down here in the States?
I don't know. I think there's not much of a difference. I don't find just in the hockey, I think it's a little more skilled here, a little more gritty in Canada. But from everything else, I feel like there's not that much of a difference. More less than people would expect, I'd say.
Was it something that you were ready for?
Yeah, actually, I played in the U.S. for the end of the year last year, so I kind of got a taste of it then. I was down in New Hampshire, and it was cold there. Like, we were right by the water with the wind, and so that was cold. But yeah.
And then you come here, and all of a sudden you're playing on a team that, in the past 2 seasons, have only lost 4 games.
Yeah.
Did you realize that you're coming to a team that, for lack of better words, a lot is expected? Or did you come to a team saying, hey, I know we've got a good record, but that's okay, I'm just going to do what I need to do?
I think it was a bit of both. I came in knowing that we're a good team. I maybe didn't know the extent of how good we were going to be. I think we're one of the best teams in the country. I just think it's awesome, honestly. Yeah.
Now, the only game that you've lost this season is to a very top-ranked team in Ohio. What was their play like compared to some of the other teams that, for, again, lack of better words, you seem to kind of roll over?
I think it could just be, I think going into the game, we knew that was a good team, and I think that was the first time we've played a team ranked ahead of us. So I think it could have definitely messed with our heads, and then just had a slow start, kind of put ourselves behind, and then I think after that we kind of figured it out. And I think if we would have played that way the whole game, I think would have been a different outcome. But
yeah. And that's always tough, because how many coaches have told you got to play 60?
Yeah, that's every coach preaches it, so it's important.
Talking with Tegan Newman of the Drury Panthers. Okay, we talked about it early, but I'll ask again, what brought you to Drury?
I knew a lot of guys here. I played on the Soyuz Coyotes back in my 17 year, and I was billet brothers with Ethan O'Rourke, and we're roommates now here, and Jared Gale I knew, Nolan Belcher I knew back from Bantam, Levi Brewer. There's a bunch of guys I already had good connections with. I knew they were good players, and as well just playing against a bunch of the guys in the KI, Garcha and all them. I'm I know this is going to be a good team, and I like the guys, so it was an exciting opportunity for me.
This is also a team that, when you think about it, yeah, there's a lot of players that, including KT Walters and Anmol Garcha, along with Daniel Beaupre. I mean, there are players that are putting tons and tons of points on the board, but there's other players that are helping out, you yourself included, and you look down the line, and really I only see maybe 2 players that don't have goals this season. So everyone's contributing in that respect. How important is that to be able to, any day you get in, to know, I mean, I guess I'd have to ask Coach this, but I mean, I guess mentally for you guys to know that, well, if so-and-so isn't in the lineup tonight, but so-and-so is, hey, we're fine.
Yeah. I think that's the biggest thing I've noticed this year is you can look at our lineup from, a first-line guy to a scratch and the first D pairing to a scratch, and everyone's pretty close. Like, we don't have any guys that are, like lower-end guys. Like, I've been on teams where there's guys that, like, you look at them and you're just kind of, like, iffy. But this team, like, anyone can play anywhere, and I just think we have a really deep team and a strong team.
What do you want to be when you grow up?
Oh, I don't know. That's what I'm trying to figure out that all right now, but something I think to do in the business world. Like, I'm in business right now, and I'm enjoying it, so I just kind of want to see what path I want to take in the next few years. But yeah, I'm not too sure.
I mean, you don't have but maybe another year until you really have to decide what you want to do.
Yeah.
But knowing that in advance is helpful too.
Yeah.
But then there are people that they have one idea, and it's been that idea until maybe the 24th hour, and all of a sudden you make a change.
Yeah. Yeah. I think for me, before kind of university and everything, I always just wanted to play hockey as long as I could, and I still love it, but I think it's time to also start looking at another career as well, and with using my degree for that as well. So looking into all that, and I don't know, maybe something about owning my own business, or I don't know what I would own, what I would do, but just kind of in that field.
Would hockey be part of it maybe?
Yeah, I could definitely see that. Like, I mean, again, hockey's been my whole life, so it'd be hard to just not be involved with it anymore after this. So yeah, I would definitely be interested in keeping hockey in it.
Tegan Newman is joining us of the Drury Panthers. Now, do you remember the first time that you got on the ice or got on skates or skated?
Maybe not the first time, but I remember back in Timbits, I think we were out in 4 or 5 years old and didn't know how to skate. I went out there and I was holding onto the boards. No idea what I was doing out there, and I don't know why I came back and kept doing it, but I ended up loving it. Yeah, I definitely hated it after the first skate I ever did. Yeah.
Now, growing up in Canada, hockey's the sport. Hockey's it, right?
Yeah.
So at what point did you realize that hockey actually existed?
I knew I think my whole life. My dad was a big hockey fan. Like, my cousin played in the NHL, so he was always, like, I was surrounded by him, and he loved it and always wanted me to play as well. So I thought that was really cool, and so it's kind of just always been something in my life.
Since we have new information, who's your cousin?
Christopher Kalanos. Yeah, I think he was drafted by Arizona.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, and he had a good career. Yeah, played all over, and it was awesome.
Now, is that your aspiration, or is school more important now?
I think a little bit of both. Like, it kind of depends on where hockey goes from now on. But I think, if hockey goes successful, then that's always an option. But if not, now that I'm in school now, that's always going to be a backup option, which is awesome.
Tegan Newman is our guest of the Drury Panthers. Now, do you have any weird things that you have to do, like rituals, like put on a certain skate first, or make sure you always wear the same clothes? I mean, do you have weird things like that?
Not really. I've never really been a big, like, superstitious guy, but I mean, I've noticed recently, like, I always put my left side on first. It's not a ritual. I think it's just something that just comes natural to me. I always put the left on first, but yeah, no rituals or anything like that. No.
Where you grew up, were there outdoor rinks?
Yeah, all the time.
You were always out there?
Yeah. Yeah, it was pretty cold, and as soon as kind of October came around, there was probably, it wasn't like, Okotoks isn't very big. At the time, it was probably about 20,000 people, and there was probably 5 rinks, like outdoor rinks, which were always full. So everybody loved to go skate outside, and yeah, it was fun.
Now, you were mentioning earlier that you kind of you were born there, but you grew up in Kelowna?
So I grew up in Okotoks, but my family, like myself and my family, moved to Kelowna when I was about 14.
Okay.
and then that's where my family's at now and all that. But yeah, I was born in Calgary, raised in Okotoks, and yeah.
Who has the better outdoor rink setup?
Definitely Okotoks. Kelowna's a little too hot for outdoor rinks. Like, you can get them, but there's a little, probably a 2-week period where it's hit and miss if there'll be an outdoor rink or not, because it's one day it's plus 15, the next day it's 0. So I guess Celsius. But
have you ever played a, let's say, like a league game or a hockey game that meant something outdoors?
Not that meant something. There was one time back when I was in Bantam, we had like a practice on an outdoor rink, and it was like ran by our coaches and everything, and we had drills, but that was about the closest I've ever had to like anything outdoors. Yeah.
Who's your favorite NHL player?
I would have to go with probably Matthew Tkachuk. He's a former Flame. I'm sad he left, but yeah, he was one of my favorites.
Is it fair to say your favorite NHL team is Calgary?
It is, yeah.
Now, I heard something that there was kind of this, not really a bet, but several players took the Edmonton side and several players took the Calgary side when they met earlier.
Yeah. Surprisingly, like, I've never been on a team with so many Flames fans. I think there's about 9 of us, and then Edmonton, there's about 7, I'd say. So it's a good rivalry. Like, it's the Battle of Alberta, and then we got all of us that like all there, and it's fun. Like, watching that game with all the guys was awesome. Like, the Flames came out on top, which was, I think, the most important part. But yeah.
Did you have the one guy that came in maybe dressed in, I don't know, a Kings jersey and said, "Let's go Kings"?
Yeah, we had a couple Vancouver fans there.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go. That's the way to do it.
Yeah.
Who is the most inspirational on this team?
The most inspirational on this team. I'm going to have to go with, I think, Jackson Truchan. Yeah, he inspires me.
Just you, or does he inspire the whole team?
I think he inspires everybody, yeah, but especially me, yeah.
There you go. Well, I hope at the end of interviews, I always hope that we can inspire more by getting you a few more points. Usually when we have interviews with players, they get points. So let's hope we can do that.
Yeah.
And next time we talk, we'll talk about the next celly that you do.
Yeah.
Or does it really matter?
It doesn't really matter. I don't know if I'll hit any big cellies. Maybe if it's a big goal here or there, but not too much of a celly guy.
No jumping into the glass or jump into the bench or
maybe the glass. The bench is a little far, but I'd jump into the glass.
Okay.
I would do that.
We'll do that. That sounds good.
Yeah.
All right, Tegan Newman. He's your mentor. We'll take a break. More hockey coming up.
This is Barrel Bob, MoDOT's Work Zone spokesbarrel. You'll be seeing more of me as the weather warms up. Crews will be working on our roads. That means lanes will be closed for construction and maintenance work on our highways. As you approach a work zone, please don't drive distracted. You need to pay attention. I want you and my friends working on the roads to all get home safely. Remember, buckle up and put down your phone. A message from the Missouri Department of Transportation.
We're back at Brightspeed Ice Park. Steve Casson, Steve Gobero. Thanks for joining us. It is a 1-0 lead for Missouri State. And Steve, this period is over. As far as the first period, the teams have been able to figure each other out per se. Second period, what do you anticipate?
Well, I think you got to see more out of Drury. I mentioned it at the tail end of that first period. There were a couple of good shifts from the first and second line. There was a good shift from the first power play unit as well. So a little top heavy for the Panthers in that first. I wouldn't say that they were back on their heels at any point in that period, but certainly they didn't take command of the game like we anticipated them to, just based on records and stats and all that kind of stuff. When you're looking at the matchups, you're thinking, okay, this is probably heavily favoring the Panthers, but you got to give a lot of credit to the way Missouri State came out of this. Again, I don't think that Drury was ever back on their heels, but the Bears also weren't really ever back on their heels. They came out strong. They're playing the game they want to play, and they're going to try and do that again here in this second period.
Speaking of power play, there's still 1:13 in the clock continuing to roll in the penalty to Jamison. Shot comes in immediately. Icing will be the call, so that helps things a little bit for the Panthers. Face-off will be back in the Missouri State end of the ice. They've changed sides now, so the long change, as they call it. We'll see what happens in period number 2. Fans, I feel like they're still continuing to come in.
That's been a great crowd here tonight as well, and you can tell the Drury side's just waiting for something to explode on.
We're going to get a penalty. It's a penalty against the Panthers, maybe a slashing call, and it's touched up. Penalty is called. They're going to say high stick. Arguing his case is Luke Aston.
Well, I don't think he has much of a case. It was pretty cut and dry. Caught the top of the helmet, smacked him, saw the head whip back. One of the easiest calls our officiating crew is going to have tonight.
So a 2-man advantage for 56 seconds for Missouri State. And the Ice Bears lose the puck as Horiachka is able to clear it. Cagle had 2 chances in front, and he fanned on it twice. Horiachka with the clear. The Ice Bears regroup. They cannot get it established. Icing will be the call. Second period not working out too well for Missouri State right now. If you're the Panthers, you want to see this.
Just got to get it back under control. Got 38 seconds of 5-on-3.
Draw 1. Ice Bears have it. Taken by Derek Cagle. 2 goals, 5 assists for Cagle this season. Ice Bears across the line. Duke Bacardi. He'll drop it to Cagle. Right side. Over to Bolger on the left. Sends it down in low. Bacardi waits right down in front. On his knees was Vest, and he couldn't put it home. Cagle with a drive, and it's blocked. Good block by Kosek. Now the Ice Bears have it again. 2-man advantage for 3 seconds. Now it is going to be a 1-man advantage. Puck is cleared.
No shots on goal in that first 2 minutes. Still got 60 seconds to play with here for Missouri State.
18:36, and the clock continues to roll. Here come the Ice Bears across the line. It's broken through. Levi Brewer is able to move it away, but the Ice Bears keep it in the zone. Up over Kachaslo, and now kept in with 40 seconds remaining. Spinning around is Rapp, but then it's immediately cleared by Ravenstein, and the Ice Bears will set it up. As quick as they get possession, they cough it up, and Ravenstein will clear. 22 seconds remaining in the power play. Now Ravenstein. He's able to send it down. Line change for Drury. Racing forward, not able to get it. In front was Jamison St. Clair. That would have been something, a shorty. Only 2 shorthanded goals this season for Drury. Well, now we're back to 5-on-5. Ice Bears have it. A drive comes in. It's partially blocked. And the shot by Bacardi, then the rebound out in front. Kachaslo's there. Oh, Ravenstein with a cross-check on Weber. Officials letting him play, apparently.
Another power play chances tonight for Missouri State, garnering anything in way of scoring opportunities between the 5 minutes of power play time. 1 shot on goal.
That is not going to get you much if you're looking to capitalize on man advantages.
Yeah, especially considering they had 40 seconds of 2-man advantage. Didn't garner a shot there either.
Well, they didn't really get it established either.
True.
Here come the Panthers. They have a 3-on-2. Leading it left side. Johnston right side as they try to get it to Garcha. Goes behind the net. Taken by Beaupre. Into the corner now. We're a big hit there into the corner. Play continues. And the Ice Bears will bring it out of their own zone defensively. Send it in. Kachaslo with a save on the shot by Frederick. Now taken by Sterling Ponick. Grady Sterling Ponick, 13 assists to go with a couple of goals. The rebound out in front, as it was a good odd man rush for the Panthers, did not connect.
It's back-to-back trips up the ice there for Drury to get men in their favor.
16:33 to go in a 1-0 Missouri State lead. The only goal of the game coming at 15:53. Vest, his 6th, on the assist by Bolger. Now across the line, here's Walters looking behind the net. Feeds it up front. Kosek with a drive, and it's blocked out in front. Play with a high stick. Ice Bears touch.
That was very dangerous play from Anthony Lasanti, and to not much benefit. He's lucky that there was nobody coming around from his blind spot to try and get to that puck, because he would have swatted them right in the chin.
16:10 to go in the period. Face off to the right of Kuchaslo, or take that back. That is Brady Govero. They change sides. Now 16 to go in the period. Panthers try to work it through. It gets deflected up and out of play with 15:55 to go in this second period, and just a 1-0 lead for Missouri State. Steve, at what point, if this game stays the way it is, does it benefit one team or the other?
Well, I think it would definitely benefit Missouri State if it continues down this track. I'll reiterate the point I made at the start of the period. There hasn't really been a point in which Drury was back on their heels, but there also hasn't really been a point in which Drury was pushing Missouri State back on their heels. Now, there was a couple of shifts there earlier in this period, especially with that little drop pass on the trailer 3-on-2 with Anmol Garcha, but other than that, there haven't been much scoring opportunities in this game for Drury.
Here comes Truchon with the drive in and sailed into the corner by Govero.
And the longer it goes, Steve, you got to imagine the Panthers start gripping that stick a little bit tighter. Obviously, we got a long way to go in this one.
Ravenstein is able to clear. He'll send it down. This should be an icing call, and it is. 15:11 to go in the period. Shots now 17-10, and that favors the Panthers.
Now, isn't it wild? I'm still saying that there aren't a ton of scoring opportunities when they are nearly doubling the shots output just 5 minutes into the second. Haven't been bad shots. Govero's been in the way all night.
Remind me to make a point here in just a second. As we get Bacardi in, he's telling Walters to shape up. Walters says, no, I'm going to win the draw, and he does. Sent over to the far side. Worked by Rapp. Now behind the net. Bolger's there. He'll steal the puck. Bolger gives it up to Anderson. He'll swing it over to Levine. Off of him, it's out to center ice. Truchon was there, and he just couldn't pick up the puck. Line change for Drury. Missouri State with possession, intercepted by Ravenstein, and he'll send it down in. Puck kept in. Good play by Ethan O'Rourke. It's the line of Jamison St. Clair, Ethan O'Rourke, and Nolan Boucher. Although this line is a little messed up right here. They've got Tyson Horiachka on the line, along with O'Rourke. Here's O'Rourke. He shoots in up high. Over to the far side. Dropped down in by Brewer. 3 goals, 2 assists for Levi Brewer. No points in his last 4 games, though. Now fanning on it was O'Rourke, but it stays in. Beaupre. Now to O'Rourke. Back to Beaupre. Off the boards. Ice Bears have Bolger breaking, and they couldn't get it to him.
A good idea.
Turned around the other way. O'Rourke across the line. Off the boards. The Ice Bears do get the clear. No, yes, they do. It did deflect out. Francis Young-Menard. He'll swing it in. Drop it down in for Tommy Levine. Levine behind the net. Helping out is Jamison St. Clair. For the Panthers, it's taken away, cleared, racing are both Young-Menard and Kaspic, and Young-Menard gets the better of everybody. Ice Bears steal. They get back on side, 3-on-2, into the zone. Centering pass gets deflected away as Frederick was there. Tipped out in front on the rebound. They score! A bouncing puck that, Steve, really looked like nothing was going to happen, and all of a sudden they keep it in from the point, and it makes its way through 2, it's 2-0 Missouri State.
Well, Sam Frederick ends up getting the finishing touches on this one, but this play is only because of Sam Frederick, as he took that puck from the opposite blue line and read it perfectly on the takeaway, going up the ice on the near side wall, saw the exact timing he needed. The Ice Bears just exiting the zone in the nick of time. He gets the offense going, and he gets the puck back and puts this one away.
Goal scored by number 3, Sam Frederick, assisted by number 79, Mason Kaspic, and number 7, Anthony Lasanti. Time of the goal, 6:46. Frederick from Kaspic and Lasanti.
How about the first goal of the year, Steve, for Sam Frederick?
Just going to mention that his first of the season, and what a way to do it on the backhand out in front. Kaspic, now he'll spin it around. Worked over to the far side. Sterling Ponick is there. He gets it out to center. Across the line to Matthew Johnston. Now the Beaupre with the follow shot. Kept in though. Panthers down 2-0 here in this game. And Drury, as we mentioned in the open, have only lost, we're going to get a penalty here though, but they've only lost 4 games in the past 2 seasons. And this is a cross check. And what a perfect opportunity to get a goal here. A cross-check assessed to Derek Cagle.
Now before we get into this power play, I would like to mention, by the way, that was the first shift we saw here in the second period from Henry Vest. So Vest back on the ice. During the Frederick goal, it was a partial first line and second line, and this time they were able to get the full change after the goal. So that was Vest's first shift. Remember, he went down in a heap at the end of the first period.
Fresh 2 minutes on the clock. Chance for the Panthers now to make it a 1-goal game. Kachazel will stop it. Taken by Sadownik. He'll bring it across the line. Well, he'll get help from Ravenstein across the line. Brad out in front, they score! It didn't take long, 20 seconds. And it's a power play goal. Ravenstein will get it, and the Panthers have come within 1.
Well, like you said, Steve, didn't take long, and you kind of had a feeling here tonight that the Panthers weren't going to just go quietly because, well, to be frank, they rarely do. Nice little backhand feed, kind of a blind shot for both parties. And that backhand from Ravenstein, beg your pardon, ends up finding the back of the net, beating Govero up high. We got ourselves a new hockey game. Just 1 goal separates these 2 clubs now as we approach the halfway point.
Panthers are 1 for 2 on the power play.
A power play goal scored by number 6, Lucas Ravenstein. Assisted on the play by number 22, Lucas Sadownik. And number 18, Luke Aston. Time of the power play goal, 7:47. Ravenstein, his 5th of the season from Sadownik and Aston at 7:47.
Drury wants a delay of game penalty here from Brady Govero. It looked like the net had come off, Steve, and then Govero gave it an extra shove to show our officiators going, hey, by the way, this thing is off right now.
Yeah, we've seen that happen before. I don't know. Again, it's up to the officials. I don't know how they want to call things like that.
Yeah, they clearly are just letting it play on. The Panthers all stood up in one big jump on the bench.
2-1 in favor of Missouri State over Drury, but the Panthers didn't take long, 20 seconds on the power play. And this season on the power play, 25.6% coming into today's game, 22 for 86.
A big chance right there. Turned away. Luke Aston had a good look. Here come the Panthers.
They'll flip it in, does Ravenstein, into the ceiling, so we'll get a face-off. Should come outside the zone with 11:23 to go in the period. Shots 19-12 in favor of Drury. Boryachka will come in to take the draw with Missouri State's Nick Summers. The Ice Bears do win it. Bacardi will send it in. That's Joey. Kosek not able to clear, and a drive missing high by Henderson. Now Henderson gets checked by Francis Young-Menard. Francis this season, 7 goals, 7 assists. He has 2 goals in the last 3 games. Puck at the line. Kosek is able to clear and send it out. Panthers have a 2-on-3. Horiachka looking out in front and just not getting a good handle on it was O'Rourke. I thought he was going to put it in the upper corner.
That's a second good chance for Ethan O'Rourke tonight.
Ice Bears across the line for Henderson. Cross ice, couldn't get it to Dapron. St. Clair for the Panthers with a check. Ice Bears keep it in. Here's a drive that misses wide on the attempt by Bacardi. Sent down in low. Back behind the net, chased by Henderson. 2 goals, 2 assists for Henderson this season. Ice Bears keep it in. Summers, he works around Kosek. It's cleared out to center. Ice Bears get back on side. They also change. Kachaslo with a save. The rebound out in front, and the net gets dislodged as Frederick is sitting in the crease.
As Frederick got laid out that time from Francis Young-Menard. Got a good hit on him. Went splashing right into the netminder.
Steve, what I was going to get to, my point earlier, is with the crowd that is here tonight, which is 5 rows deep, at least in the general admission, and of course all the reserve is sold, I was expecting a bigger crowd. I was expecting a more energetic crowd. And for the first ever rivalry game, it's not there.
Yeah, I think both sides may be holding their breath a little bit here tonight. Didn't get off to a fantastic start here for the Panthers, especially it being a Panthers home game tonight.
Here comes Joe Davidson across the line with a bouncer in, gets past Govero. And now Frederick in his own zone. Pass at the line. Bosher is there, but the Ice Bears will try to bring it up. Triple, quadruple teamed, in fact, is wrapped, and we come the other way. 9:34 to go in a 2-1 game. Missouri State had as much as a 2-0 lead, and then a power play goal for the Panthers on Ravenstein's 5th of the season has made it a 2-1 contest. Puck is sent all the way down to the Missouri State end. Racing in front to make sure that it's not icing is Beaupre. Kept in. Garcha with a drive. It's steered into the corner. Coming down to 9 minutes remaining in the period. Ravenstein. He'll drop it down low. Gets around Brett Anderson. He'll move it into the corner. Anderson, no goals. Just 1 assist this season. One of only a handful of players that don't have any goals. You can scratch Sam Frederick off the list. He got a goal, his first one here tonight. First of the season. Now coming down at 8.5 remaining in the period. Ravenstein lead to Kosek, goes off of him, or make that Beaupre number 8, not 9. Taken by Johnston. Kept in, spun down by Brewer. Levi out of Eston, Saskatchewan. Panthers with it again. Chipped off the boards, out to center. Here comes Garcha. Across the line, gets around Cagle. Now Garcha with a centering pass. Broken up. Taken by the Ice Bears, Weber. And we get a whistle for an offside. Weber's not happy as he and Francis Young-Menard, they collide.
That's Young-Menard, back-to-back shifts getting in on the action. Remember, he had that hit on Sam Frederick that pushed him into Kuchaslo. And then right here, crossing the blue line when it was going to be an offside call, clearly offside. And then he finishes the check after the whistle.
No harm, no foul. Everything's good. We continue on. 7:54 to go. Young-Menard, he'll clear. KT Walters will chase in. He puts a big hit behind the net. It's the Ice Bears intercept. Puck flipped all the way down. Kuchaslo will have to play, and he'll cover it up. With 7:35 to go in the period, shots 21-13. That favors Drury.
They've really taken a stranglehold in that column here tonight. There's a while where MSU was leading in that category.
Reel and Walters. Reels wins. A shot that's tipped by Reel. And guess what? One guess. The net gets dislodged.
Bane of your existence, Steve.
Well, as a goalie, I love to push off the net.
Yeah, of course.
Can't do that anymore. I'll tell you what it does. It changes the way you play in net.
Yeah, I mean, you get a little more timid. You don't have the leverage.
Here's Aston. Luke this season with no points his last game. His last assist was against Jamestown, November 22nd. And again, that seems like a long time. Well, due to Thanksgiving break, both teams have not played for about 2 weeks. Puck flipped up into the Missouri State bench, 7:06 to go in the period. 2-1. Missouri State leads. Vest his sixth at 15:53. Then in the second period at 6:46, Frederick gets his first. And then at 7:47 on the power play, Ravenstein with his fifth. And it's a 2-1 game. Drury trails. Flipped off the boards. Sent down in low. Ravenstein. Far side to Brewer. O'Rourke couldn't work it. Ravenstein again. Lucas has played all but one game this season. Here's a drive in, missing wide. As Wariachka sent it in. 6:30 to go in the period. Second period intermission guest, that'll be Kaden Sodian. Here come the Ice Bears as they get a break drive that comes to Dapron, and he gets hit by O'Rourke. Do we have any penalties here, though? We had a lot of whistles.
Got a lot of pucks out of play here in this second period. Got another look on that play right here. See who hit who.
Yeah, well, they kind of both took a dive into the boards.
Yeah, a little chicken head cut off.
Beaupre, he's in with Rapp. Draw one, puck cleared out. Wood will retreat in his own zone for Missouri State. Johnston is there to try to work it around him. Taken by Garcha. He has it up the middle. Good deflection away by Duke Bacardi.
Matthew Johnson really good in the corners. Saw him in the first period too. Tail end, had a nice stop.
Here's a lead. Bolger looking. He gets tripped. He scores. The goal scores. What do we have? They're saying that even though he got tripped, there was enough momentum for the goal to score before the net got dislodged, but I would almost argue a penalty shot.
Yeah, I'm kind of on the same boat there. Did that puck end up slipping through?
It did.
So something's got to give, no? Well, they're giving a power play at least.
So Francis Young-Menard is in.
That's 3 straight shifts for Young-Menard, huh? Getting in on the physicality. That he may be a little lucky to not give out the penalty shot here.
Power play number 4 for Missouri State. Over to the far side. Sterling Ponick is there, but dropped back down by Bolger. Rims around. Now it will be taken once again by Rapp. He crisscrosses, changes positions with Bacardi up the top. As Cagle gets the drive, it's blocked down. This might be a 2-on-1 for the Panthers. Here's Jamison St. Clair with it. He shoots in, save, rebound. Comes the other way, a long rebound, and the Ice Bears have the favor here as they bring it across to Bolger. Now a drive that gets deflected on the shot that came in from Rapp. Puck is cleared out to center, and Missouri State to set it up again. 1:18 to go, but that's been their biggest problem, Steve. is not really handling the clean passes in the zone. Second time they've had to deal with it, but they keep it in. Here's Cagle with the drive. Right out in front, Kachaslo with the save. Loose, where is it? And it does not go through. Kachaslo keeps the right pad down.
That was a really nice diving, sprawling stop from Lucas Sadonic that denied that first opportunity before that puck exited and came back in. But this has been easily the best power play we've seen out of Missouri State here tonight.
1:01 to go in the period. Panthers have trailed in this game. They need to kill 1 minute left. Puck is taken by Aston. He has some room, but it's broken up. Missouri State with possession. They come with a 3-on-3 into the zone. Wirtz had it taken away. Aston will take for the Panthers. Right to left, across the line, 35 seconds remaining. Aston, he gets checked by Joey Bacardi. That kills off some time. Now Missouri State. Panthers get a line change, at least one off. Goes over to Wirtz, behind the net. Wirtz with it. Power play for 10. Taken away as Ravenstein is able to intercept the intended pass to Reel, and it's cleared. That'll do it for the power play.
Well, how about a tale of two power plays? First 60 seconds, great. 3 shots. In the final 60 seconds, didn't even get set up in the zone.
In his own end is Dapron. Ice Bears do not get it out. Well, Drury with some good pressure here. Bosher into forecheck. Drive comes in from the right side, and it's steered aside as Sadownik gets the drive in that Govero is able to steer. Clear of the net and is now sent back down into the Missouri State zone for Bacardi to do the honors. Kosek, he'll work it in. 3:05 to go here in the second period. Joe Davidson does a hit on Frederick, and the puck taken away. Driven down for Kuchaslo. Steve, I'm still waiting for the fans to react to hits or anything. I don't know. I thought there would be more fan reaction.
I'm with you.
Here's Young Menard. Too far for Bosher. We get an icing call here. 2:25 to go in the period.
Well, I'll tell you this much, Steve. In the next 145 seconds, if the Panthers end up finding the equalizer, I think you're going to get the fan reaction that you're waiting for. It's pretty evenly split here tonight.
It is. This so far so good. You would not know that Drury is the number 5 ranked team. Missouri State ranked number 21.
Yeah, so a lot of credit to the Ice Bears tonight. They've played the game they've wanted to play.
Kosek behind his own zone, or behind his own net, that is. Gets it out of his own zone. It's across the line. Goes to Aston. He'll try to work the puck. Taken away by Missouri State. Too hard. This Rapp couldn't control. Now Young Menard. Duke Bacardi in there. Young Menard with a drive in. Saved by Govero. Rebound. Goes behind the net. 1:48 remaining. Shots 23-16. They favor the Panthers, but they trail on the scoreboard 2-1. Opportunity to be cleared out, and it is for Missouri State. Returned right back in for Ravenstein. Well, it's been the line of Justin Rapp, Duke Bacardi, and Hunter Bolger that's seen a lot of ice time here today. Penalty coming up. It will go against Missouri State. So now the Panthers have a chance to potentially tie this game up.
Yeah, it's going to be Tommy Levine going to the box here. They have yet to signal what it was.
rough, maybe?
Yeah, that's what I'm guessing here. It was a connection behind the net, knocked the man down. The power play's been good so far tonight for Drury. And like I said, you hear that equalizer, you might be hearing this crowd going nuts.
This will be the third power play for the Panthers.
And it took 20 seconds last time.
Panthers win the draw. That's been the key. Sterling Ponick, he'll drop it down. Roughing is the call. Here's a drive in that misses wide on the shot by Walters. Penalty at 18:35. Up top, Sterling Ponick goes down the middle, looking to move things. Less than a minute to go in the period. Here is an opportunity, a backhander for Garcha. Can't get it. The Ice Bears are able to clear. And their first penalty kill unit will come off. 45 to go in the period. Garcha with a drive in and a save.
Boy, did Garcha have a lot of room that time. Right up the middle of the ice, found himself all by himself. Could have gone in a number of directions, went right at the net.
And that's been the key for really both teams, Steve, is the ability to get in the zone. Both teams have had an easy opportunity.
Yeah, all night long. Entries have been clean.
1:13 to go. 36 remaining in the power play. Ice Bears bring it across. Bolger had it for a moment. Now Aston with 24 to go. Aston with a centering pass. Stays in for Sadownik. Now Aston with a drive in, save, Govero, rebound, loose. It's up, they score. They're going to wave it off. They're going to say it was knocked in with a hand. I saw that in front. Sadownik had touched it, and they're going to wave it off.
See if we can pick it up here on a second look.
So there's the shot, and you can see right there.
Yeah.
Dropping it down, and
you can even see a little bit of a subdued reaction there from Sadownik, who was the one that knocked it in with the glove. He knew what would happen. Good catch by our officiating crew.
Now down to 4 to go in the period. And they have an opportunity at the buzzer and a save by Govero on the spin around shot in front by Ravenstein. And it is a 2-1 hockey game. Now there still is 34 seconds remaining in the penalty to Missouri State's Tommy Levine. But if you look at the shots right now, we go back to it if we can, Scott. 14 on Govero, 2-period total of 37. 7 on Kuchaslo, 2-period total of 16. Again, in the second period, Frederick is first at 6:46. Kaspic and Lasanti with the assists. And then at 7:47, Ravenstein is fifth. Sadownik and Aston with the assist. 2-1 is where we are right now. The Panthers are 1 for 2, working on their third. Missouri State is 0 for 4 on the man advantage.
Well, Steve, it's still been a pretty even-keeled game between these two clubs. There hasn't been one team that has really taken too much of an advantage. I think that the Panthers came out pretty strong there in that second period, then relinquished a little bit. They got the power play, obviously. They get the power play goal rather quick, and that's clearly where they seem to be at their best, is on the power play. So these 34 seconds to start the third period, going to be pretty big. It's going to be pretty big for Missouri State to try and kill those final 34 seconds, and of course for the final 19:30 to stay out of the box. But I think MSU has got to step on the gas pedal a little bit more if they want to come out with the victory here tonight.
We'll step on the gas pedal too, and then get back to our interview with Kaden Sodian coming up in a moment. After 2 periods, 2-1 Missouri State.
Hey, Missouri! Barrel Bob here. I'm MoDOT's Work Zone Spokesbarrel. I see a lot of distracted drivers in work zones not paying attention to the road. Distracted driving is the #1 cause of crashes. The average text takes 5 seconds to read. At 55 miles per hour, you could travel the length of a football field blindfolded. Don't take the chance. I want you and my friends working on the roads to get home safely. Please buckle up and put your phone down. A message from the Missouri Department of Transportation.
We're back at Brightspeed Ice Park. Steve Casson now with Kaden Sodian of the Drury Panthers out of Brandon, Manitoba, Canada. Well, Kaden, I know there's zeros in your stat line. Do you care?
As long as the team's winning, I'm fine with having zeros, I guess. Yeah.
But I know there have been a couple times you've been so close, and it's got to be kind of tough in a way, because I know you want to get something. So, I mean, how does it work as far as your mental stability in that, the team's winning, but you kind of feel that itch, right? You want to get something, right?
100%. Yeah. I just take it shift by shift, not trying to think too much about not producing, I guess. As long as I'm doing the right things out there, then I'm happy, and as long as we're winning.
Speaking of winning, this is a team that has only lost 4 games coming into the weekend in 2 seasons. That's obviously a good thing, but at the same time, do you feel like it puts any pressure on this team?
100%. Like, every team's coming in here. This year we've only lost 1. You're going to get the best from every team, which I guess is a good thing. I guess.
Now, this is also a team that I keep talking about. It is mostly Canadians on it. That's got to be a plus for you guys, right?
Yeah. I played against a lot of these guys back home in Canada and BC. I didn't know them personally before coming down, but I knew of them. But yeah, it's nice to have a lot of Canadians on the team.
But isn't it strange, though? You play against them, and maybe you say, that guy just bugs me. And then next thing you know, they're on your team. And then do you kind of go to them and say, hey, remember that move you did that I don't like? Do it to the opponent.
Yeah, all the time. Didn't like playing against a lot of these guys, actually. But definitely more happy they're on my team than playing against them.
Absolutely. This is a team that is ranked number 5, and again, it's a relatively young team. Again, just 2 years in Division 1, but to be ranked number 5, that has got to be something that I'm sure everyone's proud of.
Oh, 100%. I think none of us, we would have hoped for it, but none of us would have thought of that coming down here, especially losing 4 games in the last 2 years. Definitely happy with where we're at.
Listed at 6'3", 175 as a defenseman. Has D always been your position?
Growing up, I was a forward up until about midget, and then there's a bit more of opportunity on the back end, so made the switch and just stuck with it.
Opportunity to get into games, right? Is that what you're thinking?
Just more play time. Like for my midget team, there was quite a few injuries on the back end, so
okay.
And I was pretty defensive forward, and so I just made the switch and it stuck.
How does that work for you now? Obviously, defensemen want to do what they need to do, which is handle the puck, handle the players, make sure that the goalie can see everything they need to see. But when you get into those positions, especially, let's say, on a power play or situations like that, where you can get some point shots, obviously being a forward at one point helps a little bit.
100%. Yeah, you kind of get a knack for where guys are supposed to be or there's stuff like that and where to put pucks. But there's definitely challenges. It's definitely tough to get shots through from 40 feet out rather than 5 or 10 feet out.
And there's been a couple of times this season where you kind of switched with the D and you became the forward a little bit, and obviously you kind of know what to do, right?
Yeah, 100%. Offense is a little more fun than defending, but playing forward when I was younger definitely helped me in the offensive zone.
Never wanted to be a goalie?
No, definitely not. Actually, when I was younger, my parents asked me if I wanted to make the switch. Just they thought it would be a little more safer than always getting hit, but no, definitely not.
Oh, as a goalie myself, I'll tell you what, when it hits in areas where you don't have pads, the puck hurts.
Oh, yeah, especially in the cold rinks.
Yeah, very, very, for sure. Kaden Sodian is joining us of the Drury Panthers. What do you want to be when you grow up?
The plan right now is to be a pharmacist. So right now taking lots of science classes, I'm a biochem major, so yeah, lots of fun classes.
So pharmacist, for those of us who don't know anything about it, you obviously have to take those classes to know what kind of drugs does what to your body, and
yeah, how they interact with your body, and yeah, all the science behind that.
Certain symptoms, and okay, well, if that's the case, then we need to switch to something else, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, the effects, the side effects, everything. Yeah.
Well, being a pharmacist is, like they say in Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? That's a noble profession.
Yeah, yeah.
When you first started out on the ice, do you remember that?
Not a whole lot. I just remembered just getting my parents to tie my skates and going out there and skating around, having fun.
Do you remember kind of at what age when you first started?
I'm pretty sure it was 6 when I started like actual hockey, skating probably 2 or 3.
I was going to say, because if you started at 6, you're a late bloomer.
Yeah, yeah.
But I mean, yeah, 2 or 3. That's usually when everyone does.
Yeah, learning how to skate. Yeah. And then
who is your favorite NHL team?
My favorite NHL team is the Tampa Bay Lightning.
Okay, you're going a little down south.
Yeah.
Now, because of their Stanley Cups, or just?
No. I'm from Manitoba, and when I was younger, there was no team. The Winnipeg Jets only got there in 2011, I believe. So I had to pick a team, and just happened to be the Lightning. I like that logo, so I stuck with it.
Well, the second incarnation of the Winnipeg Jets, because they were there before, they left.
Yeah, that's
came
right.
Back.
That's right.
So I can understand that. And you were saying about Tampa Bay, they what?
I just like their logo. So then when I was a 6-year-old picking a team, that was a cool logo, so I stuck with them.
Have you ever been to Amalie Arena?
Yeah, my family actually goes there on vacation every year or so, and so I've been to quite a few games there.
It's crazy to see what they have in there. For folks that haven't been there, they have this lightning generator machine that they fire up every once in a while. That's crazy.
Yeah, they have the Tesla coil going. It's pretty neat to see it in person.
There you go. I just called it a lightning generator machine, but you called it what it really is, a Tesla coil.
Yeah.
Mine sounds better, right?
Yeah, I'd stick with yours.
Okay, there we go. But yeah, they are a team that is very interesting.
Yeah, they're fun to watch for sure. Especially in the last couple of years, they've been doing pretty well.
What are some of the things that you like to do to get ready for a game?
Before the game, I like to have a nap before coming to the rink, and then making sure I get a good meal. And then at the rink, it's really just taping my sticks and playing a little Sioux with the guys, and then just doing my own stretches, stick handling, just kind of the basic stuff.
What's your go-to meal?
My go-to meal has some sort of like chicken or steak or something, and then usually a pasta and some vegetables. Trying to hit all the food groups.
Now, is there a specific type that you like?
It's kind of just whatever I have laying around the house at this point. When I was younger, it was chicken Alfredo. It was pretty bread and butter, but here it's just whatever I have.
What's a food that's here in the United States that you're surprised they don't have in Canada? And then I'll ask you a second part, which is the reverse of that.
A food that they have here. I would say the butter's just a little bit different down here, just different consistency. And then back home, might have to come back to me on that one. I'll kind of think about that.
Well, the easiest go-to is Timmy's, but
that's right. That was a layup. I missed that one. Yeah, definitely missed Tim's.
Everybody does. That's the best.
Yep.
And I did get some Timmy's shipped to me.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So that was actually kind of nice to have. I mean, it's not the best as fresh brewed. It's close enough, but hey, it's something that you can definitely have for sure.
Yeah, I'd argue with you on that one, but yeah. You just get coffee, or what did you get from Tim's?
Yeah, just the regular Tim's coffee.
Yep, nice. Double. 2 cream, 2 sugar.
So you know,
what do you call it down here?
I'm more of really just a sugar person.
Okay.
I will go with almond milk.
Yep.
But yeah, I'll do a double when I'm up there.
Yep.
Because you have to.
That's right.
But you know, down here I get a little bit of a choice.
Yep.
So is there any other food, though, that maybe was a staple that you used to eat up in Canada that they don't have here?
Not really, honestly. They kind of have everything and a bit more. Even just shopping for food, it's kind of a bit overwhelming. They have 100 different options for everything down here. But I don't know if, off the top of my head, I don't think there's really anything I can think of.
Now, there's one store I know they don't have, at least in the immediate area, is Canadian Tire.
Yep, definitely missing that store. I went to start my car this morning, and there was ice on the window. And last year, my car was getting fixed, so I didn't have it all winter. So Canadian Tire would be nice to stop by and grab a scraper.
There you go. Yeah, I couldn't believe there was ice earlier the other day. First snowfall, which is kind of crazy. I mean, right now where you live, there's probably a ton of snow there.
Yeah. I think they got some back in November. I don't know if it's stuck or not, but it's definitely colder back home. I'll be missing this weather when I head back in a couple of weeks.
Speaking of home, do you have any brothers and sisters?
I have 2 younger brothers, both playing hockey.
They are?
Yep. Yeah.
Were they playing where you used to play, or?
One of my brothers is playing in Portland, Oregon, in the States. Yeah. And then my other brother, he's back home. Yeah. One of the teams around my hometown.
Now, did you guys used to maybe play together, some shinny or something?
Our age gaps are just outside, so I never got to play with any of them.
What about just like go to the pond or go wherever and play, go to the pickup or anything?
All the time, yeah. Mini sticks a bunch when I was younger. Even now at Christmas, we'll probably play mini sticks. And then
there you go.
The outdoor rink, yeah, and street hockey, all of the above.
Car.
Yeah, honestly. Yeah.
But that brings back memories too.
Oh yeah.
Is there anything that you want to accomplish, let's say hockey-wise?
Yeah. This year, I think we have a good chance at doing some damage at nationals. It'd be super cool to bring a national title, obviously, I guess. Yeah, for the immediate future, probably just a national title.
One last question here. What's one goal that you'll always remember?
In my last year of a junior in the playoffs, in the first round, I got a pretty big goal. So that's one that comes to mind, a playoff goal for a junior.
Was it just a regular goal? I mean, was it a game-winning goal? Or was it just part of the scoring during that game?
Just part of the scoring. We actually ended up losing the game, which kind of sucks. But we were just down 1 goal late and scored a goal to send it to overtime. So.
Well, hopefully you will score goals now that we've talked to you this season, because at the end of interviews I wish players more goals, but at the same time, whenever we talk to players, they usually get goals during the time that their interviews run. So we hope that happens for you coming up this weekend. And again, good luck for the rest of the season. And next time we talk, we'll talk more about those goals.
100%. Hopefully I get a nice little bump here.
Absolutely. That's Kaden Sodian of the Drury Panthers. We'll take a break. More hockey coming up.
Pearson Kelly Office Products presents
Great Moments in Office Technology.
When Julie gets bored at work, she writes funny captions to pictures of animals she found online. Then she realized she could send all of her pictures in one gigantic message to her coworkers. At that moment, Julie created Junk Email. Now, employees can enjoy their days watching auto-tuned sneezing pandas. There are plenty of ways to waste your company's money. Your copier shouldn't be one of them. Pearson Kelly Office Products. Business made simple.
We are back at Brightspeed Ice Park. Steve Casson along with Steve Gobero. As we have a third period remaining in a 2-1 hockey game. Steve, I'll say it again. I really thought the crowd would be more into this hockey game right now.
Yeah, I think it's really going to boil down to here. How do the Panthers come out in this third period to try and get this crowd on their side? As like you mentioned, it has been rather even-keeled here from a crowd side, and especially in that second period side, there wasn't really any big flurries. A couple of chances here and there. Of course, a goal scored by the Panthers. For these 34 seconds to open this period and this power play, pretty crucial to set the tone for the final 20 minutes.
Also along for the ride is Gabby Marler, our great camera lady, and Scott Lutzke. He keeps us on the air from a couple hours away. And our on-site producer, Marissa Freeman. Takes a lot of people to get this one on for you here tonight. Meanwhile, a lot of people are packed in here in a 2-1 game for Missouri State. We switch sides, so the Panthers will have the puck left to right, and it's tipped in and sent all the way down off the stick of Johnston, and we get an icing call. Now 19 seconds remaining. Face off back in the Drury end of the ice. Steve, we said it before, and I know you've said it in many of your games that you've called. The next goal is important.
Yes, of course. Sets the tone.
Obviously, the Panthers get it. We're a 2-2 game. If not, like almost here is Grady Sterling-Ponick got a drive off that had to be saved by Govero. Drive down in, Lobo Prey. Power play is expired. Out of the box. Here comes Tommy Levine, has some room. Levine, he shoots. He missed wide. And an opportunity for Levine right out of the box as it usually happens. And this one went wide. 19:08 to go in the period. Line change, a small one for the Panthers. So they'll wait back of their own net with Francis Young-Menard.
I'll go this far, Steve. I don't think this score is going to hold.
I don't think either. But given the propensity for Missouri State, I can definitely see overtime.
Just the track record.
Yep. Puck is cleared out to center. Sent right back down in for the Ice Bears to gain it. Lasante. His pass broken up. Half boards now. A drive that's sent down. Right out in front is Boucher. Tried to send it to St. Clair. Goes off of him. Cagle, or make that Frederick is there, but he can't clear. Chipped away. Can the Ice Bears? No, they cannot clear. So great work by the Panthers to keep it going. Drive comes in from the outside, and it'll be held onto by Govero with 18:08 to go in the period. 28th shot now applied. Well, if you like this game, another one tomorrow. 6 p.m. we'll have it for you right here on Web Sports Radio. And don't forget, right after this, another game. It's Division III action, Drury and McKendree. We'll have that for you as soon as this one comes to a conclusion. Another drive in off of O'Rourke. That was steered aside by Govero. Brady's last game prior to today, 5-1 victory over Midland November 22nd. Stopped 42 of 43 shots. I don't think we'll get to that here. Maybe.
That'd be a heck of a third.
Here come the Panthers with Ravenstein. Ravenstein shot in. It's blocked by Anderson. Oh, Ice Bears were asking for interference as the puck was cleared out. And chasing it for Missouri State was Wirtz, and they felt he got interfered with. Puck is cleared out to center. Panthers with possession. They also change. Tipped in off the stick of Joe Davidson and back down. Anderson is there. Mentioned Brett. This is just his 9th game this season. Only has 1 assist. Last season, they used to stand him right in front of the net, and he would score a ton. Here's Reel. Tried to bring it across to Landon Booth. Didn't connect. Panthers bringing to the line, but off of Truchon's stick. Taken by Reel into the near side corner. Sterling-Ponick with a drive in. It's tipped out in front, and we get a whistle. Is the net dislodged? The only thing I can think of.
Don't really look like it.
Yeah, it is.
Just barely, by an inch or so.
That makes a difference.
It sure does.
16:37 to go in the period. 30th shot now applied. Three in this period, and they have all been awarded to the Panthers. Reel. Over to the far side now, Joey Bacardi to chase. Stepping in front of him is Beaupre. Where's that? Yeah, Beaupre with it. Pocket pick taken by Bacardi. He'll bring it across the line. 16-12 to go in the period. Small line change for Missouri State. 2-1 in favor of the Ice Bears. They had a 2-0 lead, and then a power play goal, and Ravenstein makes it a 2-1 affair. Vest and Frederick were the other goal scorers for Missouri State. Now across the line, Beaupre with a drive in, saved by Govero. 15:42 to go in the period. Ice Bears have it. Here's Henderson. Leads a 3-on-3. Henderson with a drive and a save by Kuchaslo. He'll hold on. Kuchaslow's career high. He stopped 40 of 41 in a 5-2 victory over Iowa State back on December 6th of 2024.
Well, Steve, 17 games this season for Drury. Obviously, you mentioned it earlier, 16-1. Just snapped that 16-game winning streak with a loss last time around. Only once this year have the Panthers scored just one goal. Back on October 31st, a 1-0 win over Midland right here at this home barn. That's their only one-goal game this season.
I believe that was an overtime game, too.
It sure was. Good memory. You still got it, Steve.
Barely. Or I just guess and hope I got it right.
Even a blind squirrel.
Absolutely. Ice Bears have it. They clear. Lead to Summers across the line. Taken away. Panthers will return the favor. Here's Bosher. He looks for a centering pass, and it goes off the stick of St. Clair. Rebound out in front, goes off the side of the net, and it's cleared out to center. Chasing it for Missouri State is Henderson, but Brewer is there to deflect it away. 14:50 to go in the period. 2-1 Missouri State. Oriachka at the half boards. Ice Bears do manage to clear, taken now by Dapron. 1 goal, 3 assists for Dapron, a transfer here to Missouri State. Played for the University of Mary and has been here a couple of seasons. 14:23 remaining. Puck is cleared out to center. Wood will have to chase as he was not in position to keep it in.
Hunter Bolger saw some daylight upstairs over the shoulder. He was trying to pick the corner and just missed it.
That's what the Ice Bears have been doing, just peppering, trying to get whatever they can. Oh, nice move by Rapp in front. He shoots, and he just got it up over the goaltender, Kuchaslo, who now has to make a secondary save. And Missouri State all of a sudden starting to get a couple of shots here, albeit most of them have missed the net.
Justin Rapp, I think he got a piece of the outside part of the post, which would be his second post of the night. Remember, he hit the crossbar in the first period. So Justin Rapp, you could see it in the old body language as he is heading back to the bench after that shift. What do I got to do?
Oh, the Panthers break out a 3-on-1 opportunity here. Out in front, Truchon drive, saved by Govero, and the whistle is blown. Govero got run into on that secondary save. He's a little shaken here.
Starts with a face-off win, a category that the Panthers have been doing a great job with since the start of the second period, leading to that 3-on-1. You have a couple options, can drop it off. Instead, you go to the open man on the opposite wing. Great job by Brady Govero to challenge it, stay low, and take away the shooting lane.
13:48 to go in the period. 2-1 Missouri State. They have led since the 6:46 mark of the second period. Govero will make another save on Truchon here. So, Steve, I mean this in a very, very nice way. Next to me is Stan Melton, the godfather of Missouri State hockey. I've always complained that this area where we are broadcasting from is a little tough because people like to stand in front of you.
Yes.
I never thought Stan would be that person standing
He's the first
in front of
time. He's standing in front of you.
Absolutely. 13:27 to go in the period. Puck across the line. Into the Ice Bears zone for Aston. He'll work it around the net. Luke, this season, 6 goals, 14 assists for him. Aston does not have any points in the last game. We're going to get a Ice Bear knocked down. He is slowly going to the bench. Is that Vest?
It is.
That's another injury for him.
Yeah, second time tonight. It was at the end of the first period. He went down near side boards.
Panthers dig it out. 12:50 to go and a 2-1 lead for Missouri State. Garcha with a drive-in save, go rebound. Booth tries to bowl his way through. It is out to center. Booth now with a lead pass to Wirtz. Oh, good play defensively as the Panthers get young Menard to step in front of Booth. Now Booth comes back in the zone of the half boards. He's wrapping Garcha up. Now he's going to get a penalty. The officials let everything go until that hit at the end.
Well, they've been letting them skate tonight.
And they're going to call this holding.
Yes, it's a holding call this time. And it's been assessed to Landon Booth, so another power play chance. The power play has looked pretty good for the Panthers here tonight. They've got their lone goal on the power play. And another big chance to try and find the equalizer for the Drury Panthers.
This will be the Panthers' 4th power play. Missouri State with just 1 shot in this period.
And with just 1 face-off win too. They've lost 7 of 8 in this third period.
But they still lead 2-1. They cannot clear though. Power play now for 145. Drop down in, Frederick around. Frederick to try to work the puck. Flipped up by Bolger. They are killing time off, but they haven't cleared it yet. Garcha keeps it in. Johnston. Grady Sterling Ponick. Drive in, it hits the crossbar. It deflected up and came down and hit the top of the crossbar and went over the net. Ice Bears still can't clear because it's been a good power play for the Panthers right now. Below to Beaupre. Works around Frederick. Up top, Sterling Ponick. Right side, Garcha tipped right through. Not cleared yet. Ice Bears have gone over a minute and 3 seconds. Still can't clear. Good pressure by Drury. They keep it in. Walters has it at the half boards. Centered up the middle. Bacardi cannot clear. Helped off the glass and finally out.
Well, this could be a huge momentum boost, Steve, for Missouri State.
They needed to get those tired players off a minute and 30 seconds on that penalty kill. And it was all in the Missouri State zone. Here's Aston. He'll spin it around. Over to Sadownik, left side. Now to the right, Ravenstein, who has a goal. Ravenstein with it. Sweeps it over to Aston on the spin. Gets it to Sadownik. Up the middle. Davidson up top. Power play is expired. Here's a drive missing wide. Sadownik rebound out in front. Reel has it. Looking for the connection and can't get it to Booth.
Just 1 shot on goal despite all that offensive zone time.
Now across the line, it'll be cleared by Derek Cagle and all the way down.
Well, 10 minutes weathered for Missouri State. They got to get 10 more.
Puck is flipped up and hits the netting. So this will come outside the zone.
An over double on that shots column, Steve. 17 shots on the board tonight for Missouri State. Like you mentioned, just 1 in this first 10 minutes of the third period. How about 35 for the Drury Panthers?
8 in this period for them.
Well, they certainly have brought the energy here in this third period, but I go back to something we've been kind of touching on all night long. Yes, shots on goal, but not a ton of scoring chances. Brady Govero, when those scoring chances have come around, has really stood the test.
Here's Henderson, has an opportunity. Henderson looking behind the net. Henderson still with it. at the half boards. He gets taken out of the play. Panthers have it. They bring it across, but it's intercepted by Levine. Send it to Henderson. Drop down in low. Behind the net, Francis Young-Menard. He loses the puck. Taken by Missouri State. Centering a pass, and instead it gets caught up in the equipment of Kuchaslo. He'll hold on. 9:22 to go in the period.
We've seen Gavin Henderson shooting from a harsh angle. We saw Hunter Bolger try the same thing. And, of course, Justin Rapp, when he hit the crossbar, wasn't just as exaggerated of an angle, but also coming from this left-hand side.
Draw one taken and flipped up and out of play on the shot by Hunter Bolger. Bolger is not the leading scorer. It is Duke Bacardi for Missouri State. Bolger, though, leads in goals, 12 goals, has 22 points on the season. 27 for Bacardi. Icing called here. For Drury, it is KT Walters. He is tied with Anmol Garcha coming into today's game, each with 26 points. And none with assists or points in this game thus far. Well, they figure out where they want to drop the puck off, and they have determined that now. Duke Bacardi in to take the draw from Walters.
10 of 12. Sorry, Steve. 10 of 12 face-offs for Drury in this third period.
That is so important. Here come the Panthers. They bring it across the line. Drop down in low. Half boards now to Aston. Can he carry it through? He's checked by Bacardi. Truchon waiting for it, but instead it's Walters. Now to Truchon. Left side. Intercepted, though. Taken away on a backhander. It's cleared out to center. Here comes Hunter Bolger. Good defensive work by Ravenstein to break it up. He has been all over the ice tonight.
Sure has.
Now we get opportunity for Truchon, but he tripped over the skate of the official. Puck stays in the zone. Beaupre gets a drive off to Aston and a save, and we turn the other way. Sterling Ponick in the zone. Chasing it is Kobe Weber. They bundle up back behind the net, but instead it's taken away by the Panthers. 3-on-3 into the zone. Across the line to Beaupre. Daniel Beaupre, 13 goals, 12 assists, and he has quietly become one of the leading scorers for the Panthers. He's third.
Steve, the way that Missouri State has kind of played this third period has been pretty conservative. I understand why you don't want to take too big of chances. I think it's a little too early to play the chip puck game.
Yeah, you don't want to get in that defensive shell. But then again, you could argue it's been Drury. They have been playing better defensively. Here come the Ice Bears with a drive in. Kuchaslo with the save on the shot by Mason Kaspick.
It's kind of been those one-man efforts to get those chances in this third.
Young-Menard centering pass and a save. He was trying to get the shot off, and Kuchaslo, or make that Govero, is all of a sudden in the zone. The shot there along the goal line by Young-Menard, easy save, and then getting back into position, and an easy glove save for the Ice Bears goaltender Brady Govero, and he right now looks to be in the zone facing what's probably going to be, when they all total it up, 39 shots. Maybe this is 40 here as he makes another save.
Yeah, I guess I was very premature in saying that he wouldn't get to that 42 save mark, which he made last time out against Midland. Remember, that was a career high for him. He matched a career high, something he's done twice this year, and at this rate, he's going to blow right past those 42 saves with 7 minutes to go.
Puck is flipped down behind the net where it'll be O'Connor. Centering pass to Horiachka, taken by Davidson, deflected away. Here's Wood. Wood will have it. 2-on-2. Wood, centering pass. He couldn't get it to Reel. It was a little bit too hot for him. Now Bolger catches, or make that Landon Booth catches up. To Reel. Right out in front. And a save by Kuchaslo. The rebound will come into the corner. 6:25 to go in the period. 2-1 Missouri State. Shot off the side of the net. Ice Bears trying to move the puck. Now with 6:12 remaining. Drury, as soon as the Ice Bears gain possession, the Panthers seem to be all over them. Puck is out to center. Missouri State to set it up again. Driven down in, icing will be the call. So an advantage for the Panthers. The icing, and this is the worst part for the official, trying to make sure that the guys who are in the middle of a line change don't come on the ice.
Well, there's about 40 seconds in the offensive zone that time for Missouri State, and all starts because Brian Wood elected to take the puck on a 2-on-2 the other way instead of dumping it off. That's what we were talking about earlier just a few minutes ago, that MSU had played the chip game a little bit too early, so you like to see Brian Wood saying, you know what, I have a little real estate to work with. Let's try and work offensively.
Down the middle, a drive in by Levi Brewer. An easy one for Govero to hold on to.
And not a lot of traffic in front of Brady Govero right now.
5:51 remains in a 2-1 lead for Missouri State. As we mentioned, first time these two teams have played each other in their history. Although Drury has been a Division I team for 2 seasons. Bacardi. He'll send it in. Shovel pass gets to Bolger. Behind the net is Brewer to break it up. And the Panthers with possession across the line. Here is an opportunity on a bouncer by Aston. Centering it out in front, fanning on his Walters. Puck is flipped up, but it's out of play as Rapp tried to clear, and it hits the netting. So face-off will stay in the zone with 5:23 to go in this period.
Well, Steve, I didn't think we were going to be getting out of here with a 2-1 game. I'll tell you that much when I walked into the building today. Panthers have been such an offensive juggernaut this season. And, of course, MSU coming off of 5 goals their last time out. So a little shocked to see 2-1 on the board with 5 minutes to go.
Panthers with it. Aston, he's sneaking in through. Does he get the puck? He does not, as it's cleared by Bacardi. And Duke will send it all the way down for an icing call. Coming down to 5:01 remaining in this third period. And again, we have another game to go. Or at least I do. Steve, you're going to be on your merry way home, I believe.
And I'll be back here tomorrow night with you.
There we go. Draw one, Sadownik looking behind the net. Nothing doing up front. Taken by Garcha. Garcha gets pushed by Cagle. Cagle intercept. Can he clear? It does come out. Delayed offside. Puck after it was cleared was tipped by Beaupre. Been impressed with Daniel Beaupre. He's been all over the ice tonight. Puck driven down. Right along the goal line to Bacardi. He's able to clear, and he gets it out. Here's Summers. Goes wide right. Summers. He got taken out of the play by Sterling Ponick. And we're going to get a penalty here coming up. It's either a hold or a cross check.
I think that was a slash, Steve.
It is a slash.
It's going against Nick Summers. Summers had been ridden into the wall, clamped up against the glass, and then retaliated a bit. And he was barking on his way to the penalty box. I think he was trying to say, I was hit first. And he retaliated. That's a pretty tough penalty to take for Missouri State at a pretty bad time to take it.
Panthers, 5th power play. 25.6% coming into today's game. Currently, 25.6%.
Another face-off win.
That's big for the Panthers. Here's Ravenstein has the only goal for the Panthers. Up top, now left side. Looking to tie it. Drive comes in. Kuchaslo makes the save on the shot by Sadownik.
You see Tyson Horiachka trying to establish that net front presence, something that has been a little lacking in this third period. Yes, it has been a very, very one-sided period in favor of Drury, but they have kind of lacked getting that big body in front of Brady Govero.
Draw one again. This time it makes its way all the way down as it got past Ravenstein.
This is the third face-off win of the period for Missouri State.
Across the line again. This is not an icing. Racing down to make sure it wasn't was Ravenstein. Now to Ravenstein again. Half boards. 1:21 to go on the power play. Ravenstein with a switch up the middle now, but instead they come to Davidson. Now to Aston. 1:10 remaining. Aston works it around. Aston still with it. Still trying to move the puck. It's taken away and cleared. So if you want to score some goal, we'll get to that point in a second as Govero has to make a save here. Puck taken away and cleared. If you want to score on the power play, Daniel Beaupre has 5. Anmal Garcha has 4.
Well, you see why Beaupre has 5. He was immediately calling for the puck, trying to catch Missouri State on a change. He was waiting anxiously at the blue line to marching back in.
Now to the half boards. Garcha. Garcha with it. Still working. 26 remaining. 2:36 to go on the period. Now crossover left side to Walters. Power play has 18. Up the middle, partially broken up by Bacardi of Missouri State. Garcha with a drive, and Walters was trailing behind. Puck is cleared. 6 seconds to go on the power play.
It's going to end up being just one shot.
That's been kind of the MO right now for both teams. One shot. Here's the drive in, they score! It was an innocent little play. And it will be Russell Kosek getting his first goal with Drury this year. It's 2-2.
Oh, that one just squeaks through on Brady Govero, and he can't believe it. The number of saves he's made tonight that have been exponentially more difficult than that. You know that Brady wants that one back. And you mentioned again, Russell Kosek, what a time for your first career goal just over 2 minutes ago, and we got a brand new hockey game.
17:58 the time of the goal. And you got to fault Govero. He did not play that puck well.
His first as a Panther, scored by number 9, Russell Kosek. Assisted on the play by number 13, Francis Young-Menard. Time of the goal, 17:58. Kosek, his first as a Panther from Young-Menard at 17:58.
So a 2-2 game, Steve. I know we have a minute 46.
I know what you're thinking already.
It has just been the MO for Missouri State. .40 shots in a 2-2 game. Puck at the point. Sent down in low. Truchon is there. Behind the net, Walters. And all of a sudden the momentum has shifted towards Drury. Truchon off the boards. Saved by Govero. The rebound taken away, and Missouri State is able to clear. Wirtz is able to get it out.
Oh, that might not have looked like much, but that's a big stop for Brady Govero to not let it spiral here, just to get that feel back on your pads.
Here come the Ice Bears with Booth across the line. Panthers have tied it up. We are down.
The third period, 1 minute remaining.
And now less than that. A drive comes in, blockered behind the net off of Ravenstein's drive. Puck held in. Drop down in low to Walters. He'll work it around. Walters still with it. Shot rims around to the near side. Nobody there but Panthers. We're going to get a penalty, and I believe it is going to be a holding call, and it will go against the Panthers, I believe. Ravenstein will go.
Well, 35 seconds, Steve. 35.4 is what's officially up on the board here at Brightspeed Ice Park. But the power play has not been shining tonight for Missouri State. And, of course, the Ice Bears are going to take their timeout.
They'll take a timeout. We'll take a quick timeout and be right back.
I love to experience the excitement of sports.
Can't beat the food.
Or the drinks.
Why Springfield? Because all the pieces you need to create your own story are here. The only thing missing is you.
Again, Steve, I know that we have 35.4 seconds left, but I kind of felt this is the type of game we were going to have.
Oh, I didn't think that we were going to get this low scoring of affair, and I certainly, given all that we had seen out of Brady Govero, think that would be the goal that he'd let through. He's been so good tonight.
Power play for Missouri State on the power play, 12 for 67, 17.9, but they cough up the puck, and it's cleared back down. Over to Rapp, 19 to go. It's cleared.
Remember, it would carry over to the extra session.
It will. We'll have a 3-on-3 overtime period. No, actually, we'll have a 4-on-3 overtime period with the penalty on.
There you go.
Bolger will try to send it in. 2 seconds, that'll do it. So we go to overtime.
It ended up being this, Steve. Third period faceoffs, 16-3 Drury. Goodness.
Shots on goal in the third period, 13 on Govero, 40 is the total, 7 on Kuchaslo, 23 is the total. Each team had 5 power plays, but only 1 power play goal. That was Ravenstein at 17:47. And then here in the third period at 17:58, Kosek, his first of the season, Young Menard with the assist. It's a 2-2 contest.
I'd be interested to see how Tom Winkler plays these first 84 seconds. Who's going to be on the ice here? Obviously, you got to have Bolger and Rapp. I'd like to see Kobe Weber out there as well. But we'll see who he ends up putting out on the ice. He would know best, of course. I see Rapp, I see Bolger, I see Bacardi. Both Bacardis.
Now that they have been kind of the go-tos. So we are underway in the overtime period. 1:20 remaining in the power play for Missouri State.
I think if Tom had a fifth skater, it would be Kobe Weber.
Again, it's a 4-on-3 because of the penalty, and we'll skate that till the whistle. Here's Rapp. He gets pushed off the plate, brings it up top to Bolger. Now to Rapp. Rapp looking up top again. Ice Bears keep it around the perimeter. Bolger, he shoots, it's tipped and deflected up and out of play.
I like that play. I like that play a lot. You start inching your way in closer and closer to the netminder, force the Panthers to kind of drop back and get closer and closer, and you finally let go when you see some daylight. Just got tipped, but a good little play there from Missouri State.
49 seconds remaining in the power play. 4:24 to go in overtime, tied 2-2. Panthers have never led in this game. Off the draw, St. Clair, what an effort to clear. 38 remaining in the power play. Bolger across the line, drops it back, and it does connect with Rapp, deflected off of St. Clair and out. Now here comes Rapp across the line, gets a shot off, and Chaslow will glove it. 21 to go on the power play.
Well, there was daylight in that corner, Steve. We could see it perfectly right here. Chaslow just sticks up that mitt, able to snatch it out of the sky. Good idea, but a great save.
Gale comes in, along with Henry Vest. Good to see Vest back out. Draw one, Cagle. Now to Vest, back to Cagle, 15 in the power play. Cagle with it, it's intercepted by Gale, he clears.
I'm trying to find Henry Vest that time.
6 to go on the power play. We'll skate, oh, the puck hits the official. We'll skate 4-on-4 until the next whistle. Here's an opportunity out in front, and it's Sterling Ponick to flip it away. After bringing it in front was Weber. Official gets in to the fracas here as several players fall down in front of the Missouri State bench. 3:13 to go in overtime. Here come the Ice Bears with Frederick. Sadownik puts a check. Sadownik still with it. Cagle to battle for it. Taken by Walters. He gets it over to the far side. Line change for both teams. Here's a lead pass. It goes to Garcha. 2:48 remaining. Garcha gets upended. Missouri State comes the other way. Across the line, Dapron. He gets pulled out of the play. It's behind the net. Kosek is there. It'll go to Walters across the line. 2:30 to go in the period. Walters with a drive-in save, Govero. Rebound, Missouri State. Can you imagine if we did this 3-on-3, Steve?
My gosh, it's up and down and plenty of room already.
Kaspick now out in front, drive missing high. As the rebound comes out in front, Dapron had to go behind him. Here's a 2-on-2, make it a 3-on-2 for Drury. Across the line, Garcha, he shoots, he had an open net and he missed. Great opportunity.
Trying to get Govero sliding horizontally, got it, but missed wide, far post.
Up top to Ravenstein. 1:57 remaining. We've played 4-on-4 in this overtime the entire time. We haven't had a whistle. Here, well, since the last time, I think we had one, but the penalty was still going on. Here's a flip out, and it's Brewer to grab it with 1:40 remaining. Makes its way to Aston, across the line. Puck is taken away from Rapp, and back in the Missouri State zone, 1:24 remaining. Oh, a couple of players get upended. We get the first whistle.
I think they're saying that puck went out of play. It hit the net. I don't think we're getting a penalty here.
As Sam Frederick got upended, I was waiting to see what the official would say, but nope, nothing doing.
Yeah, I think that puck just popped straight up into the air, got the net, and came right back down. That was just a 50-50 battle that sent some shrapnel.
So now we go to 3-on-3. That was the first whistle.
How about that?
And we're going to get a timeout, too. Missouri State will take a timeout. We'll take another quick timeout, and we'll be back.
I love to experience the excitement of sports.
Can't beat the food.
Or the drinks.
Why Springfield? Because all the pieces you need to create your own story are here. The only thing missing is you.
So this game, in the eyes of the ACHA, is technically a tie.
That's not fun.
For rankings, it's technically a tie.
Well, then that would obviously behoove Missouri State, being the lower rank.
Yes, if they could get the victory here. If you're Drury, you just want to keep things going. So your record would reflect that win column win. Not go to the -1. A minute remaining as a shot comes in that Govero has to fight off, and the puck is cleared out to center. Now with 50 seconds remaining. Here's a drive in by Kosek, and it's cleared out to center. 42 remains. Walters back behind. They get it across to Ravenstein. Has some room. He shoots, save, rebound, loose. It's poked away. Here is a 2-on-3. Missouri State is changing. Wrap drive. He hit the outside of the post. The rebound back behind the net. Into the corner now with Ravenstein and 16 to go. One last chance for Drury as Ravenstein slowly brings it up. 9 to go. Across the line, an opportunity for Aston, and it gets deflected up and out of play. 5.1 remaining.
I don't think you get gutsy enough to pull your netminder with an offensive zone draw. I think there's a little bit too much time.
Well, we know.
How are we able to do this?
I don't know. How are we able to take another timeout?
This should be a penalty on somebody, no? This should be a delay of game if you try to call a timeout when you don't have one.
Apparently they do.
Well, someone got an extra timeout tonight. I thought it was odd that we heard Missouri State timeout last time because that's what was announced before at the end of the third period. Someone got an extra timeout.
Somebody, well, maybe you do get an extra timeout in overtime. Okay, well, I'll go with it.
I don't think we need to say that same commercial for the third time in 30 seconds.
5.1 to go. Shots 41-24. The key is winning the draw. And off the draw, Panthers have it. It is taken away. 1 second to go. Get a shot off? No.
And that's why you didn't pull the netminder.
Yes.
In case that happened.
Yep. So we go to a shootout. No scoring in the period. And Steve, if I have this right, one shot on each.
Yes.
So one shot in overtime. Shots end up 41-24. So the first shooter for Missouri State will be Jack Wirtz.
He had a couple of good chances during the game. He was really the playmaker in the early stages of the contest. So he'll have the chance to try and put one home.
So Wirtz to pick up the puck with authority, left side. Wirtz waits, he dekes, he shoots. Pad save to Chaslow.
And that's a really good stop. I thought Wirtz had beat him. Did have a little bit of that 5-hole, but elected to try and go low post.
Now it's Anmol Garcha.
Garcha had a couple of chances in the overtime period.
Garcha's going to try a different approach. Very slow and methodical. To the right, he shoots, he scores.
He just picked his spot, went over the pad and under the blocker.
For Missouri State, Landon Booth. Booth this season does not have a goal. Be fitting if he got one in the shootout, but he fanned on the shot.
He just picked his head up, and it slipped out right when he picked that head up.
So now the Panthers, who've just brought out two players, it's going to be Aston, and Aston can win the game if he scores here. Aston again, slow, methodical, waits, he shoots, he scores, and Drury wins the game in a shootout. They take a 3-2 shootout win. Missouri State has not won in a shootout this year. So you could have almost predicted that one.
I mean, that third period was all Drury. The overtime, chances on both sides. The team that played the better game won. And it's just such a shame for Missouri State, considering how well Brady Govero played here tonight. It was one mistake that tied the game. Had to make a number of stops here tonight and just couldn't stop either in the shootout. Tough one for MSU. They felt it. They were just a couple of minutes away. And the Panthers come out in the first ever matchup of these two clubs, and they'll play again one more time tomorrow night.
First period of 15:53. Vest his sixth. Bolger the assist. It's 1-0 Missouri State. Then at 6:46, Frederick his first. Kaspic and Lasanti 2-0 Missouri State. At 7:47 on the power play, Ravenstein is fifth. Sadownik and Aston makes it 2-1 in favor of the Ice Bears. And then Drury ties it up in the third period at 17:58. Kosek his first. Young Menard with the assist, 3-2, or make that 2-2, sorry. Then it's 3-2 when both Anmol Garcha and Luke Aston score in the shootout. They win 3-2 to the Panthers in that extra shootout time. And that is going to do it for us here. Steve, any quick thoughts as we get ready for, I get ready for another game.
Well, tomorrow I think is going to be a pretty good one too. We'll be excited to see what happens in the second battle between these two clubs. And I think you got to give Missouri State some credit from playing here tonight. Obviously the third period got away from them. Brady Govero really is the guy that got him to the extra frame. But it was oh so close here tonight for Missouri State. Drury comes out with this one. Tomorrow night should be fun too.
Big shootout win for the Drury Panthers, 3-2. They now can move to 17-1 on the season. For Steve Granado, for Scott Lutzke, for Marissa Friedman, and for my fantastic camera lady, can't do anything without Gabby Marler, I'm Steve Casson. Thanks for tuning in. And again, the final score in a shootout, the Drury Panthers, in the first ever meeting between these two teams who technically call this their home, Brightspeed Ice Park, they win 3-2 in a shootout. Until tomorrow, like Steve said, 6 p.m., we hope you'll tune in, and we hope you'll tune in for another game coming up, Division III action, Drury and McKendree here in mere moments. Until then, good night, everyone.